Everybody loves to say they loyal. You know, I'm 10 toes down. I don't switch up. I got you, no matter what. Let's slow that down because no matter what, that's dangerous. No matter what means I'll ignore what you did. No matter what means I'll even go against myself just to prove I'm solid. So tonight we ask, are you loyal or are you afraid of just losing people? Because some of y'all are not standing on loyalty. Y'all standing on fear, history, and habits that you never question.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. This is Flight 21. I am your pilot instructor, Della Nooch. The destination today is Loyalty Has No Limits. But I'm alongside with my flight attendants. Introduce yourselves.
It's your boy Money Bag Extraordinaire. Put the money in the bag so extraordinaire. AKA Gemini. AKA Let's Get It.
Bugsy Bogart, aka BUGs, aka why he talk like that, because I got it on me.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from Auntie Uncle you ain't know you had. And I'm ready for Let's Get It. Let's go. Let's take the flight.
I'm Cherish. I'm Chi-Chi. Ready to get down to some tough conversations. That's it.
Let's do it. Welcome, everybody. How y'all feeling? How y'all living, man? How's everybody? How was y'all weekend?
Man, I woke up. You know me. I woke up today, nigga.
Yes, sir.
Grateful. No complaints.
Happy going to see Michael Jackson on Thursday, so I'm hyped to see this movie. I'm ready to beat it.
You seen the trailers?
Yeah, I've seen all the trailers. I'm excited.
Respectfully, shout out to Mike. Long live the king. Sure, let me get into this intro. Loyalty is often viewed as a binding force rather than a social contract. It isn't just something you do. No, it isn't just something you do. It isn't just something you do. It becomes a part of who you are. When you are loyal to a person, a group, or a cause, their well-being becomes with your own. It's a devotion because to betray the object, it is in a sense to betray yourself. Sacrificing your own peace or integrity for another is seen as self-abandonment. Real loyalty involves honoring your own boundaries while supporting others. Reciprocity and respect. From the intro I just read, what's your thoughts?
I lead the conversation. I don't disagree. Loyalty starts and it ends with you. You know who you are. You know what you stand for. So people are gonna come in your life, and I mean, me personally, I see it as every interaction with people as an opportunity to grow. So some people it's lessons, some people it's blessings. So your loyalty really lies with what you choose to stand on, with your moral compass. Where's it at? Because people is going to challenge your moral compass. And sometimes it's going to be for opportunities for you to grow. And then sometimes it's going to be for a situation for you to teach someone else how to grow. So the best word in that for me to describe it is like really boundaries. How do you set your boundaries? What's okay for you? What's not okay for you? But loyalty is not how you treat other people is how you choose to treat yourself at the end of the day. So I would agree with that statement 110%. I land the plane with that.
And she's solo on that, fellas. What's thoughts?
First and foremost, I mean, I heard you say groups, neighborhood all day. But yeah, I totally agree with everything she said and everything that was, read off. As somebody who was, high honor roll and all of that before I started gang banging. Once I started gang banging, I was ended up dropping out of school and shit. So I definitely agree. And I'm definitely speaking from experience, if nothing else. And I land. Oh yeah, one more thing. Neighborhood.
Yeah, I can concur a little bit, but yeah, I land my plane. Yeah, that was smooth.
I mean, I don't have any. I'm 34. I don't have any disagreement with what she said or what you said. I think it's just about wording. You know what I mean? However, because I do agree it's like a personal decision of how you're going to be loyal, not going to be loyal, and a lot of times it feels like loyalty can be super subjective to someone because a person can feel like, oh, if you're loyal and we in the car, you're gonna grab this gun and take this case from me. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean I'm not loyal to that person because I won't catch the case and grab the gun. So it's like I think that's the only thing I would say is different is that it's people's perception of what loyalty means opposed to your idea of what loyalty means and how loyal you are willing to be or not willing to be without hurting yourself or helping yourself. So I would say, yeah, that's the only thing I would add to that. And I'll land with that.
That's 100.
Thing that stuck out the most is reciprocity is respect. So the energy you put out there, you expect to receive, right? So that would be, what you do in the dark comes to light. So integrity is the thing that is I would say is one of the major building blocks for loyalty.
And it's funny that you mentioned.
I think you about to touch on something. Go ahead.
No, it's me.
You know what you just said, 80? You know what you just said? Oh, no, my fault. Who was that? That was you, bro?
That was Hood. What I was going to say is the reciprocity part. When it comes to loyalty, you said that's the part that stuck out to you the most. To me, that went against a lot of what you said because if we are in two different moral compasses,
you talk about what 80 said, right? You talk about what Mega said, right?
Yeah, when you talk about if we have two different moral compasses, right? Let's say boom, you catch a body for me, right? Am I now in return obligated to catch that body for you? Because that's reciprocity. Blood is like it's like you owe me blood type shit. You feel me? Like if you went out, like not to make it derogatory.
You ain't gotta say no more. You ain't gotta say no more, bro. You ain't gotta say no more. Like that's it. That's 100.
If you go out and do something weird in the honor of me, I respect your loyalty, but if I'm not there, or if that goes against everything that I believe in, you feel me? Does me not doing that now say that I'm loyal, or is me doing that, contradict everything that I just said? Because I have to stand on my morals first before I stand on yours. And it's just certain places that I'm not willing to meet you at. And you're, you know what I mean? That's just a
only thing I would add to that is that can change from day to day. Because maybe yesterday I was willing to do everything like you might have thought I would do. But now today I got a kid and I might want to change my life because I got a kid and do something different for him. Now you're going to see me as disloyal.
Yeah, the word that stood out to me, Mega, when you kind of broke your point down, was you use the word expectation. And that's a funny word, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a funny word, and people misinterpret that all the time. So you really, it's up to you to understand who you are, like I said, leading into any relationship or interaction with people. But it's more important for you to understand who they are, because you can't live up to somebody else's expectations of what they expect you to be for them. And that even goes in friendships. You know what I'm saying? Friendships, families, like whatever type of dynamic relationship that it is, like you can't be the same person for every person. You got to have a different type of relationship that you stand for with different individuals. So it's really important to understand what the expectation is in this relationship. You know, what am I willing to do in this situation? You know, how far does my love really go? Because at certain points, love could also be, or honor or respect or whatever you want to categorize it, that also could debacle a person. Making up my own words as I go along, but enabling is really like, you know what I'm saying, the reality of what I'm trying.
Respectfully. So leading me to my first one. Y'all almost, you feel me? Almost ride or die friend asks you to lie in court. Is loyalty proven when you protect someone even if they're wrong?
That was crazy.
We
Ride or
can,
die person.
we can skip that one
That
because
was
I was reading
Well,
that
hold
one.
up. No, I got it.
that was
Listen,
crazy.
I don't want you to skip it. I like that. And we can stay
No.
right there.
No. Look, bro. Let me, the crazy part about it is the court part, right? Like, huh?
That's
Yeah,
you.
jump out the window.
Yeah. Look, the crazy part about it is about the court part.
I don't know
It's
any other
scenarios in
scenario to train it.
it's scenarios in the court part. I don't condone it, but it's scenarios in the court part, right? You have to do what you have to do. But you know, the rest of it is like, what are you doing? Cause
That's where you land.
yeah, I'm gonna get back to it. That was just a
See.
quick intervention.
Okay, say jump.
When you talking about court, right? And we just, talking about a moral compass. Because we spoke about the moral compass, right? I don't agree with a lot of the rules that the government already set in place anyway. You feel me? And you know how I give it up. You remember I went to court for CeeLo, went in there, right? Straight to their face, straight lie. Nah, I don't know nothing about none of that. We was good. We was chilling. You know what I mean? So when you talk like, I don't think that part is that doesn't relate to everybody.
Gotcha.
And I don't think anybody in this room right now thinks criminal charges is justifiable. Okay, what do I do with this?
I mean, if you ask me, the only crime in the world is a thief and a liar. So you know what I'm saying? If you're not a liar and a thief, then you're really not committing a crime. But you know, the court of law got their own book, and they tell you a million things is a crime. But if you ask me, if you ain't steal something from somebody, and my personal one is if you lie, you know what I'm saying? That's just between my relationship with you. You don't give a fuck what you do with somebody else. If I ask you a question, I expect you to keep it a buck with me because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You know? So
Respectfully.
I would
Dirt is
say
loyalty
I
proven when you protect someone.
I heard the question. I would say that
Mo's next.
I would say yeah, he said Dirt. I'm Dirt. That's my name. But yeah. So he was saying that I would say definitely because the courtroom is not like going to guard or something like that. I don't really see it because it's so illegal itself. Almost like Chi touched on, they got so many different things that I might not even agree with. You know what I mean? So it's like I might feel like, all right, yeah, this person might be guilty to them, but I don't feel like they're guilty myself.
right.
You know? So I'm gonna try to help them get out that situation because also, like I was talking about this other day about something. just because I do think a person's guilty or not guilty doesn't mean that I think they should get the punishment they have lined up for them either. They might have a punishment that's lined up. I don't think that recommends the guilt. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm gonna, if you know, in a place where I might not get in trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna do what I can do to help them out, so I can get them where they got to get to, because I want them to get there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my peoples. I'm gonna help them out. As long as I ain't gotta, as long as I feel like I could do it, I'm going to do it. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't anybody help a person when they saying, you know? And I guess unless, like I said, unless it puts you in danger in some way, shape, or form, that's the only way you could justify to me not doing it.
I'm about to say, yo, and you want to pop out? Send the link right quick.
I missed the question when I died off. I was just piggybacking on Sigio. What's your name?
Yeah, Sigio.
Sigio.
Yeah, you got it right.
I got you. Is loyalty proven when you protect someone even if they're wrong? The scenario was a ride or die friend asked you to lie in court.
I mean, yeah, when it comes to the court, like, it is what it is. I ain't God, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to my relationship with that person, you know, I'm gonna look at them if they wrong and be like, nigga, you dead ass wrong. I'm gonna read you your rights, nigga, if you ever in your life put me in this situation again. But if it's something I could walk through and make sure that I could hold you down so that way you could be a better person, because I know that I have more faith in myself with helping you be, or supporting you on your journey to choose to be a better person compared to what I got in the system to put you on a bind and expect you to come out and be a better person. So yeah, nah, that right there, that's not even a question. I'm gonna say what needs to be said if I know that I could stand on what I'm saying. If I could back up what I'm saying, like, yeah, you're gonna have to prove me wrong.
Facts. I'm a listen. This is what I'm saying right here. Respectfully. If that's my nigga, I'm gonna use my own scenario. Fuck the courts, right? If my nigga, let's say we in the club anywhere like that, you feel me? And he just snuff a nigga, right? Off a GP, I'm snuffing the nigga too. Right, wrong, or indifference. I believe the loyalty part, as far as the scolding part of the loyalty, that will happen in behind closed doors. And that go with damn near any scenario. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm not calling my nigga out in front of nobody. I will tell him in private quarters. But in public, nigga, I will say exactly that. I don't care if he's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm riding with him. Oh, well, you know that didn't happen. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Point blank, period. Tell it to somebody who cares, because I don't care. Well, you just riding with him because he wrong? Yes. Now what? You feel me? When we get, I'm not, that's my perspective of it. And that go from court, street, his wife, whatever, nigga. In public, yeah, that's my nigga. I'm riding. And I land.
Nah, respectfully, that was about to be my sentiments. In private, gotta give you that work, my nigga. Don't ever jeopardize, or you feel me, put me in that position where they gotta be a choice. Don't do that. However, in public, ride or die. We gotta.
What you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. Public,
I don't know nothing. You feel me?
Yeah. And respectfully, you not gonna be able to tell me nothing. I want to hear from him. Oh, well, you know he did. I don't give a fuck, my nigga. I'm about to snuff you. Like, what are we doing right here? What are we talking about? Please stop.
I'm about to
Relax.
snuff you.
I'm about to snuff you. And you want to tell me how wrong he is in this situation. Yo, get the fuck on, nigga.
you better guard your girl. I just told you I'm about to snuff you.
Sonny Moon, you just entered the building. Did you you caught the scenario? You caught it? The question, or want me to read it to you?
Read it for me, please.
Ride or die friend asks you to lie in court. Is loyalty proven when you protect someone even if they're wrong?
Loyalty. Because you're talking about paperwork. I'm sorry, I'm from California. It's gonna be a no. No, I'm not gonna lie for you. In court, that goes on paperwork. That can turn into time for me. So I'm gonna say no. I will not lie on paperwork in the court of law.
I look. I respect it. You know, I appreciate people's
I'm
differences.
sorry, I live in California, so
Oh my God.
You don't gotta apologize for that, Miss Moon. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you gotta stand on who you choose to be. At the end
Yeah,
of
at
the
least we know that I won't be calling you to court.
You gotta understand people's expectations. You feel what I'm
if
saying?
you have to put document on a piece of paper, please do not call me. Do not call me if you need to document anything.
I ain't calling you.
Yo, hold up. I just wanna say one thing right quick, respectfully. Just one thing. That shit. The East Coast, West Coast beef has officially died today. You feel me? Big New York in the building. Yeah. That was it. We good. Word on me. Word on me. Yo, Moon, it's all love. It's all love. You know I rock. Word up. Yo, big South Side in the building. You know what I mean?
Respectfully.
All right. So next question is, and this was sort of attached to that, but I'm gonna just read it off as another one. A partner cheats but expects silence out of loyalty. Is keeping secrets loyalty or manipulation? Manipulation.
I mean, who's the partner? I don't understand. Like, am I protecting my friend?
One more time. Hold on, Chi. One more time, 80. Just one more time, please, brother.
Scenario is partner. Your partner would be your significant other. Or, yeah, all right. Partner cheats but expects silence out of hold on. Let me
like me to be silent. Like I'm
yes,
supposed to cheat on me, and I'm supposed to
like
say,
don't tell anybody.
Hold on.
Like
let him do that. Let him do it.
Wait,
let him do it, please.
Relax.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Partner cheats but expects silence out of loyalty. Is keeping secrets loyalty or manipulation?
That's not a secret. That's my personal business. If he cheats on me, I'm not supposed to tell that to anybody else. That's between us two. We either gonna figure it out inside the house, or you know what I'm saying, or we not gonna figure it out, and that's the answer. You could do what you do, and I'm gonna do what I do, and then it ain't no loyalty at that point in time because I chose to leave you. I could have a conversation about my past experiences, whatever who I want. It's not a secret. But if I'm with you, then that's me and your personal business. Like that'd be like a kick in myself for me to walk around and talk about what my man did to me. That don't even. So of course, loyalty is our personal business. Like it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. And I would expect the same thing in return. I'm not a cheater, but if I chose to cheat on you, I would expect you to not say nothing and just come holler at me because you didn't appreciate me cheating on you. Like, go the same way.
So yeah, so is it loyalty or manipulation?
Nah, I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to judge? For me personally, is loyalty.
Now
That's
you got to answer that question though.
I would say loyalty. If it's me in my situation, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't judge someone else that looks at that as manipulation because everybody's outsourced or who they resource to talk to. What if they talk to their mom? It's therapy. What if they talk to their best friend for therapy? That's on them. Who am I to judge? I just know between me, my personal relationships, I'm gonna keep personal because I don't want to build a negative, shall I say. I'm beefing with my dude right now, so I'm gonna come and I'm gonna call you Delanuche. I'm gonna be like, yo, look, let me tell you what this faggot ass nigga did. You and him could be cool. We come to the family function. You trying to come chill. The first thing you're gonna think is, nah, I know how you did my cousin. So I'm feeling a certain type of way about you. But mind you, that was 3 months ago. I'm not mad at him no more.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So certain things inside your relationship, out of respect and loyalty, should be kept within your relationship, regardless of how bad it is compared to how good it is. My man hit $1 million ticket. I'm not gonna walk around and tell the whole world, oh, my man just caught $1 million. No, that's none of nobody's business. Like certain things inside the relationship should stay inside the relationship. That's just me. So it's loyalty all the time. With anybody who I bring inside my circle, it's always gonna be loyalty. And whatever's between me and you is between me and you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
Respectful.
Nah, he punched me in my face. Like, don't say nothing. Nigga, that's manipulation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell nobody, but there'll be signs. There'll be signs. Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
she'll
Thank
she'll
you,
she'll end
brother.
up she'll
Thank
end
you,
up
brother.
be telling more people than I will. Yeah, I mean, yo, why's your stuff on the front lawn like that? What's going on? you mo- you moved out. What happened? there'll be there'll be signs.
Hey
Yo.
yo, you fired tonight, bro. That's my word. You fired tonight. I can't say shit. Bro's fired tonight. Well,
Yeah,
he
it'll be
shit on the front lawn,
there will
cuz.
be several signs. Why the police at your house? Yeah, they said I need a police escort. For what?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just get none, you know.
I land my plane. Real shit. I land my plane.
Sonny, you was about to jump or dirt?
I'm gonna say it could be either or, depending on the situation. Again, like Chi Chi said, it is a thing between me and the partner. So that could become loyalty. And then manipulation is just like, what am I keeping to myself? Because there's some things that you do need to speak out and have somebody else look in. I mean, look outwards to let you know what's actually going on because you physically are in it. You can't probably see what you're doing or what's going on. So I think it could be both. It could be loyalty and it could be manipulation depending on the situation.
Respectfully. Dirt.
I think it's less about loyalty and just not wanting people in my business, possibly. So all I'm gonna let you know is we not together anymore. Why we not together doesn't have as much importance, unless because what if me and that person get back together? You know what I'm saying? I gotta admit, I have got with somebody who cheated on me before I got back with him. So now you see like Chi Chi was saying. Now you see me at the cookout and you like, oh, he with the one. We know her. She the one from the joint. So it's like, to me, it's like I don't need your validation in either point. So I'm not looking for you to jump that person or beat that person up or to help me pound on that person pause in a verbal manner. Because if I feel like what they did was wrong, I feel like what they did was wrong, whether you tell me or not. So I don't need to give you any update on, besides the fact we decided to, part ways. I don't need to tell you why exactly or, because she was topping somebody off, what I mean, at a job. I don't need to do all of that because, I'm saying? I tell you all of that now, what I'm saying? God, life is life. You never know what happened. Maybe a couple of months later, she was good at what she do, so I'm back involved. Now I look like the weirdo. It's like, damn, that's you with her now. Now we going to get married and all of that. I done got a ring and all of that. Now you at my wedding laughing at me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like
background. Hold up. Somebody's background.
I got him. I muted him.
I don't know if people like. I think that's the biggest thing when you're in a relationship with somebody. You is like, and y'all in a partnership that's real personal. And I don't need outside people to have that much information in what I got going on and why I don't have it going on, because it could always lead to a bad thing of they own vendettas. Sometimes people get their own vendettas, you know what I'm saying, with people. And I don't want that to happen. So unless it's a thing where I feel like my life's in danger and I need you to come help me from shorty, which I probably won't feel like that, or whatever, because I am a guy, or whatever. I don't know how violent the girl I'm dating is, or she could beat me up that bad. I got to call my girl cousin to handle it. I don't know, my girl sister or whatever. But the point is like, yeah, as long as I feel like it's something that, is whatever. I'm like I said, that's my past. Right now, that's currently in my past. And I like to discuss past in a way of reminiscing and it being a good thing. I don't like discussing things in the past that are negative, because even though I can't change the good things either, you can't change the past. It already happened. So I'm not, and it feels like like my sponsor tells me all the time, you only get 5 minutes to sit on the pot and then you got to give up. You got to move on. So for me, it feels like I'm already past my 5 minutes. If I'm telling you about it, and him about it. It's like whatever. Let's get yo. I'm single. Let's get me a new bitch. That's it. I'm not with her right now. We not together. We broke up for whatever reason. We not together. And what's the ins? If you, I'm gonna be thinking you kind of nosy if you trying to figure out all the ins and outs. What you need to know the exact breakdown of why we not together. We are not together right now. Or why y'all not together? What happened? We not together. It ain't work, nigga. Like, where the new bitches at? Let's go somewhere. Let's go get some new bitches. Like that's it. Like what the fuck is going? No, I'm just saying. Like, why are you asking me so many questions about the past? Like it's over, nigga. I'm not with her. You don't see her here. I'm getting the tattoo covered up tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go do that. Let's go get the tattoo covered up together. We ain't got to worry about her no more. It's over. Because yeah, I don't feel no need to be involved or even involve somebody. That's why I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully. I would say to touch on what everybody just said is basically exemplifying respect for privacy. The utmost. You become a vault for a person that they feel safe. Is only when it's multiple and it's a lot of secrets is when that is the manipulation of it. Because now these things are weighed heavy over you and used as almost gaslighting you. You dig into thinking that now you owe me your loyalty because of these things I share with you, which is the manipulation part. The loyalty part starts with probably one or two that you could, that are near or dear, something that nobody needs to know, just me and you. You feel me? World don't need to really tap in on this. That's when it's multiple, is when it becomes kind of out of order. You feel me? Second question is, have you ever stayed quiet to keep the peace?
I'm gonna say
hurt.
yes.
It hurt. Yeah,
Yes.
it hurt.
Because you definitely want to be heard. So in that moment, if you're not being heard and that person does have some good points, I would just go ahead and go silent, because there's another time I can bring those points up again that they may be able to hear them, because they're so ready to keep their right, because they are right in that moment. They may not hear what I'm saying because they are right. So I will let them have that moment because you are right. Let them know they're right. And then I can come back another time and suggest that some other time. And I land.
Respectfully.
Yeah, I pick up the plane. Double down on what you said, Sunny Moon. I definitely learned in my 40 years of living that effective communication starts with actually listening. And sometimes when you're too busy trying to get your point across, ain't nobody really listening. So it's a time and a place to be quiet. Sometimes your mouth could help you, and sometimes God in your mouth could hurt you. So I started from a person that ain't never shut up. I say how I feel. I'm going to stand on how I feel. You're going to have to listen. And I had to learn that it's a time and a place, and you're way more powerful in a conversation when you allow someone to speak or even take a moment between the pauses. So a pause is a real powerful thing in a conversation because it allows a person to actually think about sometimes, and even just asking questions. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not even here right now to prove my point. I'm here to just ask you a question for better understanding. I want you to explain stuff to me, even though I know in my mind I got a list of bulletin points that I want to drive to you. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm allowing you to answer a lot of questions for me, and then half of those bulletin points I may not even feel the need to prove to you after I just prompted a couple of questions for better understanding. So I double down with what Miss Moon said. Like, sometimes covering your mouth is just really protecting your peace and just preparing yourself for real understanding to have a real more powerful conversation.
Respectful.
Have
you ever stayed quiet to keep the peace?
I would say definitely I have, because to me, a whole purpose of a conversation is for something, a reason, whether it's for laughter, solution, to come to a conclusion. And if I don't feel like that's going to happen during the conversation,
No, I said clip it.
And if I don't feel like that's going to happen during the conversation, I don't feel a need to even have it. I feel like, are we, if what conversation are we even having? I feel like a lot of times a conversation is just for people to be heard. And I'm not saying people should never be heard, but sometimes they shouldn't. Reality, they don't have nothing to say positive. They have nothing to bring to you to make you better, or any example of how you could, grow from anything. So it's a high level of verbal abuse. You know what I mean? From a man's point of view, being a man, for the amount of time I've been alive, being with the women I've been with, and I'm not trying to judge them because this is not judgment, but in life, the experience I've had, it feels like if I would say men are a victim of anything, I would say, at least myself personally, I've been a victim of verbal abuse a lot. To the point where it's like, I'm not saying I understand why some people hit some people or don't hit some people, because that's a whole nother conversation.
Being with the women I've been with.
But I do get why somebody might feel like they need to retaliate in a way when you being took advantage of in a different way. Now because it's like it's like you can't always respond to somebody's retaliation. You can't tell somebody how they should retaliate, So to me, yeah, I'd rather be silent. I just don't like negativity at all. So I'd rather be silent and be thinking and hopefully coming to a conclusion that can be hopeful and helpful. You know what I mean? Opposed to just sitting there breaking each other down. Because if you dissing me, maybe I'm gonna be dissing you now. Now we sitting there dissing each other. Now we playing your mama. Then we dissing each other cousin. Now we dissing each other sister. Now we just disrespecting each other. Now my it's all this other stuff, and it's like, but then we not even leaving each other. So now what's gonna happen after that? After we do all of that, after we done sat there and disrespected each other, and we don't plan on leaving, we supposed to be loving again. Now we got to be hugging. I feel like it's hard to give somebody a compliment, a true compliment that you truly insulted. And I also feel like it's hard to give somebody a compliment who's truly insulted you. I'm not Michelle Obama. When people go low, I don't be thinking about going high. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get high in almost 5 years. So
hold up. Michelle Obama, she said there was about 10 years that she couldn't stand Barack, and she stuck with it.
No, I'm just saying when she said when people go low, you got to go high. Remember she said that.
Can we not do that though? Like, what? Just stand strong, bro.
Yeah, all right. So that's what I was saying. So for me personally, I think, I don't think I would. I can't always say I would go high in that situation. So yeah, I think silence is sometimes the best solution to not create no new issues. And I'm gonna land with that.
Jim, you had something to say?
No,
I'm quiet to keep the peace.
No. I fuck with Mo to that last little part. Correct it.
DZ or Michelle?
Michelle.
What about Michelle?
And what he just said, no, leave that shit alone, right? I agree with Mo. I land my plane. I just didn't like what he said about Michelle.
What did I say about Michelle? That was bad.
No. Don't
yeah, what he said about Michelle, man.
No. Don't put respectfully. Don't put her in it as what you was talking about.
But it was a great example, though. That was a pretty good example when we're talking about silence. I'm pretty sure she had to close her mouth out of them 10 years to keep that marriage going. So that was an actual good example when he said that, because that's something I'm pretty sure she had to do. If she didn't like that man, then anything that's coming out of her mouth probably would have been volatile. It probably would have been negative. And that's not what he needed. And that's not what they needed for their relationship. So she kept the silence. So that was a good example, actually. It was a positive example because she's still married and they're happily married. They show they're happily married. So Michelle Obama. So I feel like that was a Jim. I don't think you listening to the example that was.
I rest my case.
Explain to aim to please paradise 3914. He wants to know who is Michelle.
Who's Michelle Obama? I would like to say one thing too. Also,
I rest my case.
I know this is being recorded, but I never brought up the marriage once. I was talking about the high and low quote. That wasn't me who brought that up. I was talking about the high and low quote because that to me has nothing. It's just a quote that I heard a lot of people say. When some people go low, you can go high. I've heard that as an example, but I haven't been always accurate myself of doing that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times in life, I've been the person who, if you going low, I'm gonna try to go lower. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Six still in the building. Have you ever stayed quiet to keep the peace?
Who, me? You's a funny nigga. Oh, yo, son. I ain't no damn man. God gave me a mouth to talk. Respectfully. Keep the peace. No. To listen, yes. But I'm not going to let something slide because, oh, I don't want to bring it up because it's going to cause drama. I feel like people who do that are emotional cowards. And that's something that I used to be. I didn't know how to use my words in order to articulate and get my point across. So I would walk around and be quiet. And do I have to be disrespectful with my approach or with my delivery? No, but you about to get this work. In the famous words of Loaded Lux, you about to get this work. Like Chi said, yes, I have plot points, I have bullet points, I have written whole essays in my head, all of that shit. And I promise you it wasn't for no reason. So when I come to you and I ask you about it, yeah, I'm gonna let you get your shit off because I can wait today. You feel me? Back in the day, I couldn't wait. I would just scream on you, boom, 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 and walk out, storm out like Kevin Hart. Every time I come in here, microwave on high and just walk out. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Now I let you get your shit off and I'm going to properly put belt to ass once you are finished. Whether you make good points or not, no matter how good your plot points is. But one thing I'm not going to do is live in fear of speaking. If I'm in a relationship, whether it be a friendship, a relationship, work boss relationship, whatever, whenever I start feeling like I need to be silent in fear of what could be said or what can happen within the relationship, then no, I'm in the wrong fucking relationship. Respectfully. Everybody should be able to get their shit off in a respectable manner and rock from there. And I land with that.
I agree. I didn't have the words, but those are the perfect words you use. Emotional coward. That's what I was, because I was keep it too peaceful. You feel me? Too peaceful where even if feeling away, it doesn't matter. I've already agreed to, you feel me, the disrespect. You feel me? So to keep it peace is not really, it's just to maintain something that I'm already am and just chaos, you feel me? Just certain around of chaos and you said finding the best way to articulate boundaries now. Boundaries is the best way to, prevent all of that. And with those, that'll let you people can grow from those. You feel me? You either grow or you stay stagnant in where you at. You feel me? Let's pay some quick bills right quick.
Where you wanna be in your heart, we call that heart to heart. Mind game.
You are his supreme clientele. You are talking to Vanessa.
Betty Malcolm, I could be right. If you're the cannon, I could be Mariah.
Come in here and get a fresh haircut.
If you be the water, I can be the fire. I'm a guy, and you could be Messiah.
In other words, leave that in here a different person than you came in.
Mind games, you try to put crazy thoughts in my
look for something to eat and you want something with just a little bit more flavor, go to Ivory's Flavor Jamaican Food. It's located at 417 Georgetown Street, number 130, Lexington, Kentucky. Get you some food with some flavor, man. Get you some of that Ivory flavor. Tell them 34.5 sent you.
Remember to like, share, subscribe, hype us up, and comment who one of my flight attendants is landing their plane the best. My son aim to please says what he said. Nah, I was never like that. He was never an emotional carrier. You always spoke out, wilded out. Got you. Next question is, oh yeah, I touched on this earlier, but let's see. Friend starts beef and expects you to back them publicly. Is blind loyalty real loyalty? I should have did that one when y'all said that.
Is blind loyalty real loyalty?
Yeah. Jumping out the window, you don't even know what for, but
Yes. Yes. Yep, I said it. Blind loyalty is real loyalty. If you ain't seen New Jersey Drive, then you don't know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna sit here and wait for you to catch up. You hear me? I got bills, you know what I'm saying? I got bills, you know what I'm saying? Nah, for all jokes aside, if somebody is running down on me and you goddamn, yo, what'd you do? What'd you do? Yeah, I ain't fucking with you no more. You goofy. Go be goofy. Dead ass. Mister, I got it on me. You hear me? You goofy. Walk that way.
Is he solo, y'all? How is blind loyalty real loyalty?
I mean, I'm standing on it. Piggybacks on what I said earlier. Like I said, it's expectations. You know what I'm saying? So you got to develop that in the beginning of the relationship so people understand. And I'm definitely double down on what Siggy said. You ain't gonna ice spice me. You're gonna catch me. I'm getting punched in my shit, and you don't do nothing. The first thing I'm gonna do is punch you in the face. That's just rite of passage. So if I'm standing right here and we got issues before I even fight this, after I fight this person, and whatever happened between me and this person, first thing I'm doing is punching you in the face. Right. So we're gonna fight immediately after, and you're gonna know that maybe we shouldn't be friends. And that's perfect because I don't punch my friends in the face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, clearly you got my point. So yeah, no, I'm standing on that. Whatever the issue was, we figure it out after we tussle, and then we're gonna talk about it in the car. Yeah, what the fuck these niggas run down on us for? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, I'm gonna figure all that out in the ride home, but I'm not trying to figure it out while somebody's running down. I'm not gonna be asking, hey, what happened? Why you punching my friend in the face? Like, no, I'm just not built like that. I had to stop myself from my old ways of hopping out in situations that didn't even have nothing to do with me. But as you age, you mature. Because I was the one that pulled the street over. See somebody getting jumped. I'm yo, hold up, stop. I'm stopping it. I don't know what you're jumping this nigga for, but clearly you got it. The fight is over. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, go ahead, go that way. Like it's just to me, it's the right thing to do. It's not even a question. It's a guarantee. So I was the one that was defending the niggas that was getting bullied in school.
I was about to say that. That was me too.
It is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and watch somebody get picked on, just like I'm not gonna sit here and watch my friend get beat up. Like it's second nature. Like we'll figure it out after the fact. And you know, like I said, you age and you learn and you mature and you realize that some battles ain't your battle when it comes to hopping out on niggas that you don't know. But some people just wired that way and some people ain't. And I don't judge anybody that ain't. So
hold on, I just want to touch on something before everybody speaks. That I forgot all about the Ice Spice thing. That yo, son, real rap. Don't Ice Spice me.
You're not gonna Ice Spice me. You know what I'm saying? I think we still gonna be cool.
That's the reality of the situation. Her friend just sat there and let it all go down. If that's what type of time you want, yeah, you could keep that. If you asking me if I prefer blind loyalty over that shit, nigga, most definitely. Respectfully, yes.
That was set up. That was set up.
Shorty should never even got a chance to try to school her ass in the seat. Like, what are you trying to move me over for? I don't know you. Fuck out of here. You're not sitting down.
That was set up. That was set up at its finest. That was a setup.
You know, it happens. I won't even say it's a setup. That's just how they give it up in the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? It's all about colors, and they see certain shit, and that's just how they operate on that side of town. So I
I
wouldn't
just
necessarily.
could have looked like somebody too.
She went to that girl seat first,
That's what
like
I'm
as
saying.
they knew
Like,
each
yeah,
other.
Shorty should never let her sit down. That should have been the
Yeah,
alarm right then and there. Like, I don't know you. Why would I let you scooch next
But
to
at the
me? You understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it
that's
a
the
hundred.
crazy shit.
I don't think it was a setup. I just think that
Nah, me neither.
when you find out put somebody pussy, it's usually too late. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. I don't think it was a setup. They just your
Yeah,
friend was pussy.
can Ice Spice fight? Is there videos
She
of
tried
she
to. She
fighting with
I
tried to
people?
fight.
mean, she wasn't
She
scared
tried
to
to
fight.
fight.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
Tried
you
to.
learn to fight as you fight. But she wasn't scared to fight. It looked like she responded and she did what she had to do. The moral of the story is, like, it's the person that's next to you whenever you in a situation. So
The
I wasn't
next to you
to say,
person.
you know what I'm saying? I don't
The
know if she was
girl,
trying
the
to knock
girl, the
somebody else
girl,
sleep, if she was
the
trying to, but
girl,
it
the
looked like she
girl
was scared.
walked over. Look, the girl walked over and sat next to the friend.
That was the problem.
That's
That's
what
what I'm saying.
confused
The
me.
friend was the problem.
Yeah, that shit confused me.
Yeah. So, like Siggy said, yeah, I'd rather have blind loyalty than figure it out later. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna watch nobody get taken advantage of in front of me, and I'm definitely, whether I know you or not, and I'm definitely not about to watch my friend get taken advantage of. We'll figure it out on the ride home.
I think that
I agree
loyalty
with
comes.
that. Blind loyalty. Go ahead, Dirk.
I was gonna say I think that
I'm about to
loyalty.
say that's three. Three for
I
blind
was
loyalty.
I would say it definitely comes with a level of trust already. Like I know if I'm out with Sig and somebody, and I ain't gotta be over here to hear what happened. If somebody was to start swinging on him, I know I know he ain't. You know what I mean? It ain't right. They wrong. He's not doing nothing crazy. I think. Yeah, and so yeah, I think that it comes from some level of trust in the person you already being blindly loyal for. You know.
Absolutely. Those expectations in the beginning of the relationship. As we spoke on in the beginning of this cast, you got to understand the expectations in any situation. You got to know who you're dealing with before you choose to deal with them. And if you don't, then the joke is on you.
So I know who I'm dealing with, and I know what I'm involving myself in before I even get involved. Really, it's not like I'm so like, what is this going on there? I don't need to really know what's going on. Yeah, I might want to hit the explanation later, but I know he ain't gonna tell me, oh, it's because he stepped on my shoe. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be because of that. It's gonna be something more than that. So I just feel like I think that it's good to have blind loyalty with the right people, but be real conscious about who you having loyal to, who you bringing in your circle in the first place, who you even being around with. You know what I mean? Some people would ask me to go places. I would tell them, no, I'm not going. I wouldn't want to go with that person because I know how I give it up already, or what I would do, or what I wouldn't do.
Respectfully, at that point, second question is: do we support people or their behavior?
You would support people or their behavior. That's up to you. It's what you consider who should be right, like around you. Like then if there's a second guess, then that's on you. That's your fault.
I mean, I definitely don't condone behaviors that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
But
I
you
have to,
can't control it.
I have to
You
see
can't
your
look.
behavior to get to know you.
My thing is you can't control it. You can't control it.
Right,
You
but that's
allow it to be around you. You can't control it. It's up to you. You're the final it because it's your life. So and then
okay.
that and then and then
Hold on,
and then and that
you said you can't. You said you allow it to be near you, but you can't control it. You should be able to control what you allow
you
near you.
can't because
So why?
you know the person and you know that you don't want this person around you, but you love the person and you grew up, but you still be like, damn, bro, and you talk to the person like, man, nigga, I wish you could just see it my way. Just don't do that.
For me,
and
I cut people off. I don't have a problem with, cutting people off. So I could meet you right now and I need to get to know you, right? So of course I'm gonna trust you to a certain extent. So for face value, I'm going with who the person is. I'm choosing the person before I really understand your behaviors. And then once I understand your behaviors, the choice is on me to be like, okay, do I condone those behaviors? Do I support those behaviors? And then I have to set my expectation. If the answer is no, then I don't choose you as a person. I'm gonna give you the best advice I could along the way when you exude those behaviors, so you can have the choice to choose who you want to be. And if you choose that you want to still exude those behaviors, and I have to choose that I don't support the person. So to me is really simple, and I could pretty much see your behaviors almost immediately if given the right time and place and opportunities. You're going to show me who you are, even if it's not through me and our interactions. I could see who you are with how you treat other people. So I have a choice here to be like, yeah, I don't know, you got certain characteristics and behaviors inside of you that I just don't condone, and I'm gonna point it out to you. And then I've learned, like I say, growing up in the age that I've reached, that some people ain't even worth the conversation. But I try to do my due diligence as a human being to make sure that anybody that comes through me leaves a better version, or at least has the opportunity to be a better person.
You know the crazy thing. You know the crazy thing about that is, there's people on this panel right now that has a friend just like that you've been friends for 13 years, 14 years. That's the crazy part.
What you mean?
You know all the traits of the childhood friend.
Oh yeah, so I'm saying I don't got
like now you're friends. Now you're friends with them for 30 years.
Yeah, not me. Not me, bro. I don't condone. Like I said, if you're not for me and my growth, I'm not holding on to anything that is not elevating, because every day I choose to be a better human being than what I was yesterday. So, and some people are gonna fall by the wayside.
Everybody on this panel is friends for 30 to 20 years.
I don't have anyone on this panel I've been friends with for 20 or 30 years. I've been related to you for 40 years. I've been related to him for 40 years. I've only known Dirty, and I can't even say I personally know you. We know of each other. We come across each other, but I don't really know you.
I could beat you in basketball, though. I know I could beat you in
basketball. We both know that's not true, and that's why you put your
left hand. That's not true.
But
yeah, that's not true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know you at all, and I just met you.
That's not true.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a friend on this panel
that I'm saying not on this panel. I'm just saying respectfully. I hear what you're saying, but
yeah,
most of us knew of each other, and
right. No, you're not having friends. You got a flight family here.
Keeping it a being between the both of you. I can't choose to not be friends with you, use my family, but I don't condone certain things. Just like if we having a personal conversation, I don't condone everything that I've probably done. Like I tell you to your face, it's not a secret. I don't like when you do this, that, and the third. So I choose to deal, and that's the managing. You know what I'm saying? Based on expectations. You know what I'm saying? You showed me who you are. I show you who I am, and I know how to manage that relationship in a healthy way. We family, but if we talk about
you don't have friends. You don't have friends for 20 years past, 10 years past. You're not involved with nobody you grew up with 20 years ago today.
Yes, but those people aren't toxic. So I choose them not just because of how long we've been friends. I choose them because of their morals and their character. And that's how they've been able to stand the test of time and still be standing next to me 20 odd years later. But it's not just because of the person, because I also got people that I carried with me for 20-something years that I don't even speak to now. I cut them off because that's what happens with growth sometimes. So my block list is crazy. I got more niggas on the block list than I do on my contact list. My block list is crazy. I will cut you off and don't even think twice about it because I know me. And it's not about you. I'm not cutting you off because who you are. I'm cutting you off because I know me. And I know I'll respond to your behaviors. So who am I to get mad at you? I can't change you. But I can control who I choose to be. And I'm not allowing that to step in front of me because you're going to trigger something inside of me that I don't even want to trigger. So I'm going to cut you off. And if I see you, we'll talk about it if I ever see you face to face. But access to my phone, my personal space, you can't get that close to me. Nah, I choose, like I said, the behaviors influence the choice of the person.
Exactly. Sonny, do you support at some point? Do we support people or their behaviors?
I'm gonna say people, because if you're gonna be blindly going after, sometimes those actions are gonna be negative. So it's gonna be the person that you're really you're gonna be giving that loyalty to. So I'm gonna say the person.
Exactly. Yeah, I would say through my learning and through my journey, it's been people. Because everybody that I've always been around, they have kids. I don't have kids, so my lifestyle could be different than theirs automatically. So I've always done things and did things that's based around the people that have, due to their lifestyle, due to them, not their behaviors. I'm not out with people that's always partying, even though I like to party. I'm not out, you feel me? Um, in certain places where I could be, I'm not. You feel me? So a lot of is not even so much their behaviors, because like I said, I know I'm capable of me and my resonance. Dig? So that's how I like to, basically that's how through my journey has been based on supporting people. You feel me? Next question is, your boss
Hold
asks
up. I
you
was
to
going
cover.
let me answer that
Go ahead,
right
jump out
quick.
the window. Go ahead, jump.
It's AKA I got it on me, right? I just want to say thank you to all of the people who are still friends with me, because I am that character that was presented within the question. I missed it, Mr. Spontaneous. I heard what Dirt said about if somebody stepped on my sneaker, I wouldn't pop on them. That comes with 8 years of recovery. I did not used to be that person. So the people who stood by me after hearing all y'all answers, how y'all would cut that person off, and none of y'all did, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate that. That's it. I'll land with that.
Respectfully.
Safe landing.
I'm back. I'm gonna take a water break. Anybody else want to give any shout outs to anybody else they cut off or didn't cut off? Respects. All right, move on. Next one was, your boss asks you to cover unethical behavior. Does loyalty apply in business?
Again, if it's anything that's got to be written and that I can go to jail or get fined by the federal government, then that will be a no. We're not going to be loyal. And yes, they do have things, probably not as that extent, but a lot of businesses do start to push things onto you later on within your business rights. So I do believe they do that. And I would say I wouldn't be doing it for them if it comes with federal problems.
Respectfully.
Yeah, I go back on that. Only person I'm risking my freedom for is for me. Outside, like I said, my kids and people that choose loyalty for
Who's
me.
that?
I never had a job. I never heard of a job, and I definitely never had a job that I ever felt like my boss is loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what kind of jobs that y'all have experienced, but I've never had a job that made me feel like, you know what, I'm gonna hold Cherish down regardless of what she do. I've never experienced that, so I'm here for an exchange. I provide a service, you provide a check. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. So anything that makes me challenge my character, it's not even a question. It's an absolute no. It's an absolute no.
Respectfully, Chef Tone just stepped in the building. Did you hear the question?
Say it again.
Your boss asks you to cover unethical behavior. Does loyalty apply in business?
That's a good question.
Shout out to Harlem Bombshell. She in the building.
Um, I don't really know if I want to follow this boss, man. Tell you the truth, if you willing to put both of us at jeopardy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is a good leader. I think this is a bad decision that I'm making to be around this guy right now. I mean, how did I even get in this situation? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't I see this coming?
Who hired this guy?
Yeah. So, it's a bad choice by me if I stick around. So, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I ain't fucking with him.
Fellas, does loyalty apply in Bennett?
I started with knowing how to do it, and then I got to my own. You feel me? And then I got to the work. So no boss for me. I don't like that. I don't like that shit.
I'm gonna keep it 100. All right, Mister, I got it on me. I feel a lot of cap. You know what I mean?
Oh, from who?
No, I had jobs
From
though.
who?
Look, I had jobs, bro.
Listen, for anybody.
You're
Anybody.
wild.
No, come on, son. Come on, you just got here. I know
No, let him land his plane. Come on, Siggy.
Yeah. This is our first interaction meeting, all right, son? I don't really know you like that. But what I'm saying is,
this nigga's
listen,
crazy.
Nobody talks. Hey, listen, real rap. Nobody talked.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, let me talk. Nobody talked about the check. Nobody talked about the check, and everybody just said no.
Alright, you landed your plane?
No, I didn't say
Let me.
We're 17, 18 years old. Look, we're 17, 18 years old, 19 years old.
Not even 17,
we like
18.
to check, bro.
No, not even 17, 18. We don't know each other. So let me formally introduce you to who I am. I gave you a short introduction in the beginning. Look, I quit jobs for fun. I've been on my own since I was wild young. And I ain't mean that to rhyme. It just happened to line up the way that it is. So I've been taking care of myself since I was 9 years old. Money does not define who I am. And if you don't believe me, you check my resume and ask all the bosses. I walk into jobs and orchestrate and structure shit. If you're not willing to operate on a level that I'm telling you that this is the more efficient way, I promise you, I'll sign my 2-week notice right here and then take my vacation days for my other 13 days because today will be my last day coming here. I quit jobs for fun. So for somebody else, I understand that may be their moral compass where it's like, I may have to step on this cracky line because I need this check. Not I. There's too many opportunities in the world for me to make some money. I wish I might.
That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like,
listen.
So I doubled down on what you said, Tone. I'd look left and right and be like, how did I even get here? How
the fuck did I get in this situation? Like,
how did I not see this as your character? I quit jobs.
How was I not wise enough to see this coming?
I'll tell you, I quit jobs for fun. Like it was a hobby for me. That's how confident I am. I walk out here and be like, I don't know how we're gonna figure this out, but I promise you, I have no doubt in anything that I do. And watch me step out here and watch me make it work. My confidence in myself is through the roof. So
listen. You speak. Listen. I'm also somebody who quits jobs all the time, right? What I'm just saying is this. I didn't hear nobody bring up no paper factor. You understand what I'm telling you? Because I also seen people, you feel me, stand on that and then they, think about the check. Especially, you got kids, you got all of that type of stuff like that. I'm not saying that you're going to stand around for all type of bullshit that come there your way, but it is some shit that you will let slide when that check is big enough.
I hear you. So flip the inspection sign and saying, nah, nigga, we really got an A grade. We ain't really got an F grade. This shit in here ain't right. This for the inspector to come through and pass.
Listen. This is all I want to know. Right quick. What is the offense and how big is the check? Because that tells whether I walk out or not.
What's ethical?
What is the offense? What did he do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna just jump and say nah, but yeah, what did he do? What is the situation? Yeah, you gotta give me a better situation.
That's why I said if it's anything that questions my morals and my character, that's why.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Character thing,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Then if the answer is
I went,
absolutely not, like, because
yeah, I
ethical
went
is a
to,
big word, like you said, Siggy. Like where little ethical or big ethical clause? Like where are we talking
right,
here? I understand. But just like
right.
if it questions my character, it's not about the money. I promise you. I tell you, sayonara. Like
Oh
with
yeah,
a smile on my face.
most definitely. Most definitely. Listen, I'm with all of that. I just like, yo, it wasn't no bread brought up. It wasn't no conversation about
I
what
hear
he
you.
did. Everybody just like, yo, I'm out. I'm out. I'm like,
It didn't
I
feel
don't know.
realistic to you.
Well, you know what, Sig?
I don't know. I
Hey,
got
yo,
you feel
Sig,
me?
yo,
Listen,
Sig,
yo,
Sig. See, I was thinking the worst. That's why I was like, I'm out. I was thinking the
yeah.
worst situation.
And listen, I feel it. And I ain't
Yeah,
mad at you. I just,
yeah.
I play the tape all the way through. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm not quitting my job because my boss just like to fuck all the coworkers. I'm not leaving. That's between them. Shit, he can fuck all. He ain't fucking me. Shit, me. She come.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just be fucking all of us. Well, damn, that's
This
crazy.
is crazy, bro.
Make
Nigga
sure
is crazy.
my check is due on Friday. You know what
He ain't
I
fucking all of us. He ain't
mean? Yo,
Crazy,
damn.
man.
respectfully.
He ain't fucking me.
I don't listen. I don't want no smoke. I feel what everybody's saying. I'm just talking about me. Goddamn, it's some shit I can let slide. You feel me?
That nigga's fucking me through the chat. Nigga, he fucking with my
Yo,
money, nigga.
Nigga
that's
He's
stupid.
fucking
home.
with my money, nigga. Y'all niggas getting fucked. He's fucking with my money. Fuck
So
you
fact,
talking about?
actual and factual. Oh,
Dirt.
Support.
Does loyalty apply in business?
I would say no. Obviously, it depends on who your business partner is or your boss is. I've had family members who was my boss and things like that at various times. I've had different people who've been my boss. So I think it is important to that prior connection. Is it just a job? Is it just a paycheck? Did I just meet you when I get here? You know what I mean? What are we even like? How cool are we besides this? Do we hang out outside of work or those things? All those are all things because maybe I did just meet you. I ain't Drake. I don't mind no new friends. A new friend couldn't be a bad thing. You know what I mean? It might be a good thing. Open up a door that was always closed for me. So essentially, those are the things that's going to go into my idea of whether or not I'm willing to do something that is still even in my not against my morals, besides I guess my paycheck or whatever, like the hood said, but it's going to be like, are we, is this person somebody I really care about as far as this friendship is concerned and really want to see them go? They need me to do this. You need me to put this paperwork in and say this happened. You wasn't late. You need me to cover saying you wasn't late. You know what I mean? And is that the first time you ever talked to me besides being my boss? Coming over here asking me to do this thing. Now we've been already chilling and all of that, and we build some type of relationship with each other as far as friendship goes. I was just at your house watching WrestleMania or whatever, and then you asking me to make sure you wasn't late. I might could cover for you. I might could say, yeah, he was here, he was downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Or she was here, she was downstairs. But it's always going to be like whether or not I'm gonna lose my job to defend you too. That's going to be a big point too for me. Whether or not I'm going to have to whether me doing this is going to make me lose my job, and that's how I'm paying my kids. I mean, I'm feeding my kids. I mean to say, I'm not gonna say I never quit a job. I quit a job in the middle of the day. I remember I was listening to a Nipsey song, rest in peace, and he was still alive, like 2 months before he passed on. And I just told my boss, I'm done for the day. I'm done for life. I'm quitting this job from listening to the song. So I'm a quitter too. You know what I'm saying? I quit, but at my age too, I do find a little bit more. If I'm already decided to come to this job, I'm probably gonna have some respect for it and try to make it something. I listen to people retire and all of that. I want to be involved. And I'm also going to wonder why you want me to be involved in some dumb shit anyway. Why you need, you know what I mean? It's just, And it's the same thing like with the court of law too. It's the same thing like with the court of law where some of the stuff I don't agree with. So I might not even agree with the thing that he, you know what I mean? They trying to get him on. So or her on or whatever. I might not even agree with the way they playing that game. So I might be already on his side already. So just it's but I think it to be expected is almost kind of crazy on any loyalty should. Yeah, I think that's one of the first things you touched on too, and I know that Chi touched on that too. Like, just expectations of loyalty can ruin it. If you just thinking, oh, this nigga was at my crib watching WrestleMania, now he going to rely on this. I work with mentally disabled people. A lot of the paperwork we put in is considered a legal document. And I shouldn't even be doing this because this is saying this isn't a legal document, but it's considered a legal document. And you might want me to write something on there that says, something that didn't happen. And now that can lead to, me being arrested and not just losing my job but being locked up or something. So, I'm really conscious about, I'm an older person. I don't want to get a life sentence over some bullshit. Or, not to say you get life a lot, but I don't want to lose my job and everything I got, everything I worked for, just because you can't do shit right. You know what I mean? So I think it's all about it. It's just there shouldn't be no expectations of you saying I'm not loyal, because I'll be the nigga who I might not sign that paper for you, but I might be the one that drive you to your next job interview. You know what I mean? Or be the one in the office arguing with them about trying to, why not even arguing, but maybe debating with them about why they let you go and how you got so much of a good reputation they should have probably kept you. So I just think that's why I'm saying, yeah, like, people shouldn't put expectations on loyalty on when you ask them for somebody. I think that's the point I want to make, and I'm gonna land with that. I'm gonna say that is when you ask somebody to do something, don't take a no always as them not being loyal to you. Don't take that as an example, because I could be the person, like I said, that tells you no, I can't kill your baby mother because y'all was arguing, but I'd be the one that let you stay at my crib, maybe sleep on the couch when she kick you out or whatever. So it's like you could be like, oh, you ain't loyal, you should have killed her. You know what I mean? In your mind, and now you're not even gonna get the help you need. So I just think that is a thing of respect and understanding different people's idea of what loyalty means, and I'll land with that.
Respectfully. The Mac just jumped on the flight. What's good, my guys?
What's good? What's goody? What's goody?
What up, Brody?
Yeah, what's up with you?
Scenario is boss asks you to cover unethical behavior. Does loyalty apply in business?
There's a no. There's a yes and a no to that. There's a loyalty to the job, but there's a no to anything unethical. Like, for me, I'm a truck driver. I'm not driving if my truck is unsafe. So, like, a lot of times they'll like you to uh just take the load, but that's your license on the line. If you riding around, truck is unsafe, that could be a 10, 15, $20,000 fine.
In your life,
So,
nigga.
exactly. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a line you have to go with it's like, nah, I can't do this because of whatever reason. But no, I can't do something unethical. Like, and you can't be mad at me about that, because especially with my job, like, we could kill people, so, and ourselves. So no.
Alhamdulillah. Respectful. Does loyalty apply in business? Man, RIP Rockadon. I used to be signed to a record label, Rockadon Records. And there was a lot of, stuff, unethical behavior going on. You feel me? And I was loyal to the people that was in it. I was loyal to the business. You feel me? Even though what was going on, I don't agree with today. You feel me? I had to grow in that, but at the time, that's what was going on. So I was loyal to that at the time. You feel me? There was no ifs, ands, or buts about what is going on, what is wrong. You couldn't tell me. You feel me? Like I said, just what did he do? You feel me? That's how I was on it. I was naive to this shit. Next question is: have you ever risked your morals for money?
I would say
money.
I would say I might have not risked my current morals, but in hindsight, the morals I possess make me feel differently about it. So at the like when I sold drugs and shit like that, I didn't feel nothing was wrong with it. I didn't think I was hurting people. I thought those people wanted it. I felt like I listened to that as a Tupac verse, well, song was a line where he says, you got I made a G today, but you made it the easy way, selling crack to the kids. I gotta get paid. I wasn't selling crack. I wasn't selling crack to kids. So in my mind, I wasn't making it the easy way. You know what I mean? Like I was selling it to and I never met somebody who didn't smoke crack and said, "Here goes some crack." Everybody I ever sold crack to when I sold crack, they already smoked crack. Anybody I ever sold dope to that did dope, they already did dope. I wasn't nobody turning nobody out to get customers. You know what I mean? So for me, I thought in my mind, I was a good drug dealer. You couldn't tell me I was a bad selling drugs is bad, and I was a bad drug dealer. I thought I was like whatever that means to be a. I would think I was on the right side of that. I wouldn't be on the wrong side. I'd be good.
Morals for money. Morals for money. I wanted that money because it's a status. Like I don't know if I'm saying this right, but
Could you not hear me?
Respectfully, I did.
He ain't land his plane yet. He was still talking.
I apologize.
I thought this nigga couldn't even hear me. You good, cuz I thought I said this nigga can't
No,
even
I
hear me.
apologize, bro. I apologize,
No,
bro.
you good. No, you good. But like basically,
No,
I was just saying. So I was saying that my morals. I don't really know exactly morals I went against when I in my current situation. But in hindsight, I could look at it and go, damn, you know what? Like if I was using selling drugs as an example, I'm perpetuating somebody's addiction. I'm helping them stay away from their kids. I'm taking them away from their family, things like that. I'm not helping my society in the way I'm hurting it. And you know what I mean? But that came with time. So I can't think of anything I've done against my own morals that current morals, but I would say in hindsight or later on, my morals have maybe shifted to something where I could say, yeah, that wasn't that not something I would do now because it would be against my morals. But at the time, no, it was like, nigga, I felt like I was the moral. I was living the moral life. So yeah. And I'll land with that.
Yeah, I just double down and support that.
I don't even know what that was at 7 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. Morals over money. I know I was a part of that life and I had to get it. And I got it. Now it wasn't until the future I started learning life, but morals over money, I never knew that concept at 9, 10 years old. I was in it without acknowledging that I was already in it.
So your answer is?
So my answer is I didn't get the concept of morals over money. 17, 16. Respectfully, I land my plane.
Respectfully.
So I will say, you learn it growing up in the 90s. That was the era where money over loyalty basically was the loudest. So learning early that you kind of don't want to do things just because of a dollar bill. So I'm gonna say, like, have I done it? Yes. Did I know while I was doing it? Yes. And in my current life, do I believe it's okay? No. And in my current life, depending on what it is, I still may do it. I land.
Well, when I was out there selling dick, nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm fucking with y'all. I just had to do it. It was just a when I was out there selling dick, it was about the era. Nah, I'm
Look, bro,
fucking with y'all.
you're part of the culture, bro. I got you. You're part of the culture.
Hey Mo, you was out there with me when we was doing our thing. Yo, Dirt. Yo, and Mega try to be good.
Mo,
Mega, you was with me too, cuz. I'm telling our niggas. I'm telling. We
They
all
call,
three of us was out there,
they
nigga.
called me Mo Dick at the time.
Watch the pearls.
Hey Mo, didn't you give your answer first, and then the it came in, and you was with me, cuz? What you talking about?
I don't know. Like, yeah, listen. I said I'd done some things, but at the time I thought I was morally right. So I didn't get into too many details.
Nah, chill.
I know the statute of limitations was up. I ain't know.
Let Big Ed speak. Let Big Ed speak. He's gonna tell you the truth, nigga. You was out there.
Nah, I landed with that. My shit landed.
Well, I guess y'all know y'all can't bring that nigga to court. That nigga's selling.
Ain't I innocent?
What? I landed.
Come out, nigga. Don't hide, nigga. She caught us all, nigga.
Damn, son.
But yeah, I double down. I definitely support. I support Dirty.
Yo, Big Ed is crazy. He said, Mo, you was with me, Mo. You know what it is, nigga.
You think that you're in the right. And then as you age, you understand when you get a chance to look back and reflect, especially if you have kids or, you know, have nieces and nephews. You kind of see how your perspective kind of changes on a bunch of stuff, you know. I know me, for example, outside of using the example with selling drugs, I can definitely contest to that. But just being young and smoking, you know, me smoking so young and being the person that was smoking with older people, you know what I mean? I mean, I thought I was cool. Like, oh yeah, we smoking. I'm like 10, you know what I'm saying? They passing me the blunt because I got shit. I'm selling them the weed, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they looking at me like, damn, little nigga, like, you know, it's crazy. I'm even buying weed from you, but you got the best weed and it's a good price. And I'm like, look, you buy it or you don't buy it. I'm smoking either way. So to be able to have those exchanges with older people, when I became older, I'm looking at it like, damn, I wish a nigga would pass a blunt. You know what I'm saying? To my 10-year-old son, I don't give a fuck if they is smoking. I wish a nigga would. Like, so the perspective changes when you're not 10 years old thinking that it's cool because you're smoking with someone that's 25, 30. But when you get 25 and 30, you talking to a 10-year-old a lot different. Like, nah, I ain't judging you for smoking because I used to smoke. You know what I'm saying? But in the same time, like, pay attention to the niggas who is smoking weed. How productive are they? So my conversations became different. But not trying to tell you that you shouldn't smoke, but trying to give you the understanding of the consequences of when you smoke. And I can have a blunt in my mouth while I'm telling you this shit. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? It's not for me to sit here. I'm not trying to change you or tell you that, judge you. Like, nigga, I understand why you smoking. I was smoking at 10 too. But in reality, think about that shit. It's a gateway drug. It opens to this, it opens to that. Now you look at niggas who 25 and 30 and you see their productivity. How productive are they being right now when they smoking their weed? Or are they still chilling doing the same thing you doing right now at 10 and 11? So you choose wisely what that marijuana gonna do to you or what you gonna do to that marijuana. Like, so, you know, perspective changes. So I doubled that. I support everything that you said, Dirty, 100%. And, you know, perspective, like I said, it changes as you age. So morally, you do things and then it'll change 5 or 6 years later down the line when you realize that your moral compass wasn't really pointing in the north direction.
Respectful. Clip it.
Respectfully.
V Noir just entered the building. You want me to was you following or you want me to repeat it for you?
You can repeat it. I've been semi-following along with you all this evening. You guys are a riot tonight.
Hi, V.
Greetings, beloveds.
Thank you, bless.
Your boss asked you to cover unethical behavior. Does loyalty apply in business?
If a business partner asks you to
No, your boss. This is the CEO.
No, definitely not. Because if it was the other way around, the CEO would throw me right under the bus and right off into the sunset. And, you know, so no, there's no. Now I might not. I'm not going to snitch on him. I just feel like no, it's you know, I'm not going to throw myself under the bus for nobody else. That's like the topic we had the other day: is sacrificing yourself.
Hmm.
No, I'm not sacrificing myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no.
The next question was, have you ever risked your morals for money? And that's the question we was on.
Okay, my morals for money. Now, I was listening to that. The interesting thing is just the dynamics of money itself. Money is game. All aspects of money is game. And as you know, I'm a spiritual teacher. So how I look at it is that life is free, so knowing the difference between life and the game of life. And I think that because in the game of life, you need money to play in all forms, whether you're rich or poor, because they've taken away your privileges and your rights to freedom. Because everything God has given us to survive for life is free. But once you step out of that realm of what God provided in nature and you come into a society, you come into a zoo or a prison. And so in the prison, you got to follow the rules. And in those rules, you need money. And no matter what level you are acquiring money, there's an element of that that is going to steal from you, So, what I mean by that, I'll give you an example. And this is not a street thing, I don't have a lot of experience in that regard, but um, I had gotten a job with Merck Pharmaceuticals, back in 2008. And I was working for an advertisement agency and it was for Gardasil. Gardasil had just come out, and for the guys here may or may not know where Gardasil is, but a lot of the women on the panel may recognize what Gardasil is. And Gardasil is a vaccine that was created for women, and they were giving it to young girls. I needed the job pretty badly, and so I was given the job, and I was setting up at a convention to market this new drug to Black people. And I'm not pro vaccine. I'm pro education. Make sure you know everything these pharmaceutical drugs. But I looked at it and I'm like, they're pushing it on Black girls specifically. And in that moment, I felt like, yeah, I compromised my values because of how I feel and very protective of, my people in a lot of ways as I can be. I felt that I had compromised my values. So I really felt like I sold my soul, a portion of it. I was like, to push this information on these young girls, and the Gardasil at that time was new. And there were certain fatalities and risks with the vaccine. So to win my soul back, I began to educate. I did a lot of research on the spot about the drug and the vaccine and made sure that anyone who wanted the information, they had all the information that I could have available. But I think in that regard, I felt like I compromised my values, not so much my morals, but my values, and that's just for the sake of getting money. I say all that to say is that when you need money, you get hungry, there's so you're not always going to be thinking about what's moral. A lion when it's hungry, it ain't thinking about the morals of the gazelle, when it's hungry, and that gazelle is going to die. And I think that the system kind of keeps you hungry sometimes, and in those moments, you do what you have to do to survive. And so I land the plane.
I like that. Clip it. Siggy, yo. I think Mac, did you land? You jumped out the window with it?
Nah, nah. Phrase it again for me.
Hold on, I'm gonna collect your thoughts. Let me just do this quick ad right quick.
Yeah.
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. and somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the runway. Your seat is waiting.
Your boss asks you to cover unethical behavior. Does loyal? Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Your boss asks you to cover unethical behavior. Have you ever risked your morals for money?
No. No, never.
Sigio, you said no too, right? Yeah, I agree with Dirt and Chi Chi. There's things in my life that I've done that today I right my wrongs by, just being extra generous, extra helpful, and just attentive, aware, conscientious, and better, you know, move making, stuff like that.
My fault. My phone is on the charger while I cook. Right. Um. You said ethically or morally?
Unethical behavior, but have you risked your morals for money?
My morals today aren't the same as my morals yesterday. Have I done things in the past that go against my morals today? Most definitely. But at that current time, those were my morals. Get it how you live. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like Venus said, you know what I mean? If a lion hungry, a lion gonna eat. And at that current time, it is what it is. It is gonna be what it's gonna be. But now today, would I do some of the things that I did back then? No. It goes against what everything that I believe morally. And again, I was put in a situation where it was eat or end or starve. You feel me? And I'm talking about being my own boss, making my own decisions. You feel me? And then I was listening to people like uh Jay-Z and people like that. I'd rather be an inmate before I be a bum. You know what I mean? And and that's where I was at then. Like, so I could say currently and at that time, no, I didn't go against anything morally at the time. But I do look back and be like, you shouldn't have did that though. That was weird. And I do feel like I'm overcompensating now at my big age of a lot of stuff that I did. And I try to instill different things within my child. That is me trying to make up for that. But nah, negative Ghost Rider.
Respectful. I think everybody landed on that. Next one is family member steals, but says family handles it internally. Is loyalty above the law? The police. Policia?
Like, are you snitching on your family member to the police because they stole something?
Yep. Or you keep
Yeah.
it.
If that's the case,
Or
all my
you're gonna
family
handle it
is
internally.
because all them niggas steal. No.
I
I
got some
still
thieves
love
in my
you. I still
family.
love you, but you're going to jail. You're going to
You're
jail.
going to yell.
You're going to jail. I love you.
You gotta learn to listen.
You're going
I
to
will
jail.
testify. And I will be at the court dates to repeat what I said to the police the first time. Yes, I will.
Going to
I mean,
yell.
I come from a.
Does
I
it
mean, I
depend on?
support
Does
I
it
support
depend on the type of crime? What type of
I
crime
mean,
it
It
is?
does. I mean, it does. It does. I mean, you're gonna go eat eat my sandwich in the refrigerator, and I'm telling the family like, yo, your family just ate my sandwich. No, I'm not gonna call the police. But if you're allowing your friends to take all our TVs when we're in the front kicking ball, and in the back bringing out all the TVs, that's a problem for me, and you're going to jail.
To yell.
I'm like, I'm still in a phase in my life where I'm growing, and I can acknowledge that because every day I try to be a better human being. The person that I stand today is not the same person that I used to be, but that's not going to say that that person that I used to be is not still in me. So
Facts.
I have to make a moral and a conscious decision. I use that word over moral, a conscious decision every day in the choices of who I choose or what characteristics I choose to show themselves. So growing up, I've been in scenarios where my own family has taken from family, and I've watched my family handle it internally as family. Not saying that that's the right or wrong thing. I'm saying that was my primary example for how to handle things. So I pray to God that I'm not in a situation in my days now where I stand to where I'm challenged for that, because I'm afraid that the older version of who I don't like of myself will come out and I will be the police. I will arrest you. I will find a place inside my house to keep you, to teach you a valuable lesson, whether we are family or whether we are not. So I pray to God I'm not in that
Hey
I,
situation.
G, hey
I
G,
am the
G,
police.
G, G,
I
G,
will arrest you.
I
This
can't
is
I can't
crazy.
say my first instinct will be to pick up the phone and call the police. My first instinct will probably be what I was shown, what is my innate instinct, which is to become, like I said, the
G,
long arm of the
G,
law.
G. Don't
Yes.
give too much information, man.
I'm not. I didn't drop no names. I didn't say who did what. I'm just saying I used to be someone, and I'm proud that I'm not that person. And I pray to God that I'm not challenged
Respectfully.
to make a choice to
Respectfully.
be the person that I need to be now, or the person that I know lives inside of me. So I would say, to answer the question, I would hope I don't have to call the police. You know what I'm saying?
We're not
Or
calling
let
the
me rephrase
police,
that. I
cuz.
hope that
We're not
I hope
calling the
that I'm
police.
prompted to call the police. Let me rephrase that. I hope that I choose
You
to
would
call the
want me
police.
to call the police, but
I
I'm not.
hope that would be my first instinct. I hope that's what I would say. But
Nah, I'm
me
not.
being honest,
We're not calling police, cuz.
I mean, I hope I do. I'm being honest with you because I really hope that I never in my life have to be that person. I pray, I hope that I don't. Like I've done too much growth in my life to even allow someone to put me in that situation to where I have to choose that person over the person that I'm choosing now. So, like I said, I hope my instinct would be at this age. If I'm challenged, I don't know. I can't say I would do something without actually being tested. You know what I'm saying? I can only go off of my last test and what I did previously. So I would hope that my first decision would be like, I mean, you got that. It's just a 70-inch TV. I'm gonna call the cops and I'm gonna go buy another one. Like I would hope that that would be my approach to the situation.
Respectfully. Respectfully.
Anybody else? Is loyalty above the law?
I'm fucking something up, cuz. I'm fucking something up, cuz. And I appreciate my sister. I appreciate my sister. Her ability to say something like that. Yeah. I grew up to where I know now, protect your shit, cuz there's no police. Protect your shit. Because I made it. Now, it's up to me to allow who I want around me, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not calling police because you know what I stand for. So if you violate, I gotta handle it. I'll land my plane.
It's on the floor, fellas.
I would say, for me personally, I have to know what the person actually took from me, and I realize that sometimes in my recovery, in my life, in my age, I've learned that everything that I see as a loss ain't a loss. It's probably a win. You know what I mean? Because even if it was a 70-inch TV or whatever, it's a TV. I can get a new one. You know what I mean? I just won't let you over my house no more. If that's what you thought our relationship was about, I don't have to risk my life I don't have to put you in jail, and I don't have to damage you violently to prove a point. Because I don't really believe, like, I was never, like, even when I used to give fiends money, like, used to give fiends, work, for credit. I was never that nigga that beat the fiends up when they get you, because I never thought that get you paid. I never see nobody getting paid from that. So it's like, for me personally, it'll be the same situation where if you feel like stealing from me was your needed thing to get where you are, I would strongly disagree with it, because you probably could have got more fucking with me. You know what I mean? So if you and I also would like to know where that person is in their life. Are they addicts? Are they addicted to something? Are they, they crackheads? Are they dope heads? What they got going on? They a meth head, to where they even think that stealing from me is the answer to help their solutions. However, it's like I don't, if that's what you feel like is a win in your book, congratulations. Not to quote DJ Khaled, but you played yourself. You know what I mean?
Doesn't that make you? Doesn't that, if you look for it? Just a quick question, bro, Mo. If you, like you just said, if you look for that, that means you're looking for if you're better than, or how does that work out?
What do you mean by that?
You say you looking for how you are as you stealing from me in the past. What you look like now?
Oh yeah, I would say that in my mind before I would be a little bit, maybe I would be a little bit more wanting to catch you and fight you, and feel like I can get away with it or whatever, and maybe because I told you this before, I said this before, I grew up dumb, in a different time, so I believe that I could kill somebody in front of everybody on this panel, and that nobody on this panel would say nothing, but y'all would just treat me different. Y'all would know, oh, he's a killer. I really believed that at one point. I didn't know that if I kill somebody on here would tell, and the fact I was a killer wouldn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying?
We know who. We know who's
don't you listen, hold up. Off topic but on topic before y'all try to get on me. I'ma say this. If you allow a motherfucker to walk out your door with a 70-inch TV and you didn't see him, you know what? They deserve to have the TV. You don't deserve to have this shit at this point. You know what I mean? You don't even need it, because you ain't even aware of what the fuck's going on. What the fuck are you doing that this nigga done walked out with two people? Two people carrying your shit out the door, and you in the back playing kickball.
Look, Big Ed, you must
like
know
you
this.
niggas
is gonna win a championship or some shit.
She said she was in the front, to be fair. She was in the front playing kickball. You know what I mean?
Oh, they was in the front? Oh, and then they walked out the
Like
back.
you could be. It has happened where your TVs are all the way gone. All 3, 5, 6 of them are gone, and you're in the front just having a family outing in the front of your yard.
Everybody should be in the same area.
That means you're a part of it. If you don't know nothing, that means you're a part of it.
Listen, if you know like I know, yeah, hold up. If you know like I know, everybody in one area, so I can keep an eye on everybody. I don't want no surprises.
You might have felt trust. You might have felt like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was no trust. It was never.
When my cousin went out of town.
You're the lookout.
Let me say this to you right now. Listen, no, wait, pause. Let me say one thing, not to cut you off. Let me just say one thing real quick. When my cousin went out of town, he had just moved in his house when he went on vacation. When I went over there, I had noticed his wife's purse collection. She hadn't put it all away yet. She put it away now, but at that point, she hadn't put it away. I could have. Yeah, but I could have. If that wasn't my cousin, I love him over that, and I'm not, and I was in a different place in my mind. I could have finagled some shit.
You're already eyeing it. You already see that.
I didn't eye it for that. I was just I'm walking in the house, and it was out. It was right there.
You're gonna see what you see. So I follow you. You're gonna see what you see, regardless of intent or not. You seeing an opportunity. I follow you.
And who you are in your life. If you're a thief, you're looking at the out.
That's false. That's false. And I'm gonna say this, especially when it comes to family, because I'm a thief and I'm a robber. And if y'all didn't hear my introduction, I keep it on me.
All day.
Respectfully. I have one thing that I have never did, and I'm speaking from a recovering coke addict. So I have done and stole and robbed and did a lot of shit I will never and have never stolen from my family. And I done been around thousands of dollars. I done been around every fucking size inch TV you could think of. That's why when I was in the streets and I was messed up, I could go to anybody's house. So I'm not gonna say if you're a thief, you're a thief. I'm not gonna say that.
Look, there's
That's a
certain
different character.
there's certain points where there's like, nigga, I ain't about to take that. Like, you know when to take it and you know when not to take it. That's a thief.
I don't listen. I'm gonna say this right, yo. Like Dirt said, he's talking about me when I left him at my crib. Yeah, I mean, it could have been his moral compass or whatever the case may be, but he also knows my slogan, which is I keep it on me. So if he would have played, then that's what would have fucking happened that day as soon as I returned. But I said that to say, this. I want to make 2 points right now. First, I want to answer the question, which is if one of my family members steal from me, am I going to the police? Hell no. I'm gonna turn that nigga into a black sheep. First, I'm gonna beat that ass. Lil Wayne said it best. I'll hold court in the street and convict that nigga. You understand what I'm telling you? Like Chi has said, I'm gonna be the judge, the police, the arresting officer, the all of that. The executioner. Word is bar. On mom and them. On mom and them. That's first and foremost. Secondly,
but you look, bro, you gonna do that every time? Like, enough is enough?
Yes. I'm riding down on niggas. I do not want it to be misconstrued. You steal something out of this motherfucker, I'm riding on you. The next point I want to make, I'm gonna keep it 100. Anybody who's with all of these niggas in the streets that's getting money, if you decide to steal from your family member, it's billions of strangers in the world that you do not know and have never seen. And if you choose to steal from your family, that means you are a bitch ass nigga. And you know these people ain't gonna do nothing to you. Go do it to somebody who gonna hunt you down and shoot you in the middle of the street. Prove your gangsterness. Only bitch niggas steal from their family. I said what I said. I talk like I talk because I got it on me. Real rap.
It's just like crime on crime with the blacks, but don't want the white police type shit.
It's
like,
the same. If you're steal from your family, it's because you know they not gonna really harshly handle your ass. Respectfully. Right. Or you might get banned. You might get 100. Banned for a couple years. You might even get jumped by them. Them niggas ain't hunting you down, really trying to put one in you for stealing from. And that's the reality of the situation.
And that's why, and you know what? And that's why you keep everybody in the living room. Ain't nobody going nowhere. No. Everybody stay in the living room.
Can't nobody use
no one. And you know what? And you make sure there's a room close to the bathroom because there's always a nigga trying to sneak up. Oh, where your bathroom at? Nah, nigga, fuck that. Nigga, I see you right there by the hall, nigga, and leave the motherfucking light in the hall on so I can see what the hell's going on.
Listen,
the bathroom, nigga. Nah, the bathroom outside, cuz.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you again. I'm gonna keep it. If you are making me uncomfortable in the place where I find comfortability you're not coming to my motherfucking crib, my nigga.
I was about to say that, Siggy. At the end of the day, my house is a sacred place. So
I'm here to be comfortable.
If I door and I allow you to come in my house, just trust me, I understand who you are from the rooter to the tutor. I don't question your character at all. I know.
It would be the same. It would be the same if I come to your house. Yeah, it'd be the same if I come to your house. Like if I come to your house, like you got rules.
I'm not.
You feel me? I got rules in my crib.
Before I invite a nigga,
I ain't gotta think twice. If you in my house and I can close my eyes and you can walk around. I feel comfortable with you walking anywhere in my house.
Yeah, it's certain people around me. Yeah. I already know that you know what the fuck is up. So
we was taught young in our family. If you bringing him over here with you, That's your
You
ass
fuck.
whooping if anything comes. Because I can vouch for every motherfucker in my house that I invited over here. Him that's with you, that's your responsibility. Now let something run up out this motherfucker. And that's when they ask, yo, can my mans come? That's the conversation you usually get. Immediately. You wearing that shit. What the fuck are you talking about? So and next thing you know, that
Nah,
nigga do
that's
not
a
be
hundred.
showing up with him.
He not around no more. I ain't getting
Yeah.
my
No,
ass
He,
beat for this.
that
where,
nigga did
where's
not
your
come to the
where's
cookout.
that boy used to come around? Where's that boy used to come around? What's his name? I don't
Nah,
know.
it'd be
Nobody
like,
even
yo,
know him no more.
what happened to homie you had invited? Oh, nah, he had shit to do. Oh, I bet. I motherfucking bet. Word up. I landed, son. I'm done.
Yeah, I land, cuz I land.
Mac V. Is loyalty above law?
Oh yeah.
It would all depends on the situation. Um, it all depends, you know. So I know, like today, I was looking at this historical thing with Billie Holiday and just how the law just killed her, you know. And the law has never always been on our side as people. And so I've never been one to trust the law completely, but yeah, I know it's needed. But when it comes to myself or a family member, I may not. I think it was Dirty who said, "You just not coming in my house anymore. I may not trust you anymore. I may not want you around, but I'm not going to just turn you over to the law either." You know, that's how I feel. The law is not always our friend at all times, as we know here. Everybody here knows that. And we've been dealing with the police for hundreds of years. Matter of fact, the police force was created to keep Black people in line and in their place, so to speak. So when it comes to family members, if a family member stole from me, I just wouldn't let them in my house anymore, and I wouldn't deal with them. Or a friend, if they were a friend of mine or a friend of the family, I just wouldn't deal with them. But it depends on the level of the offense. If it was something that they did to hurt somebody, okay, yeah, then I might have to call a cop. But if you just stole I had a family member that stole my mother's liquor, you know,
Which
and
one? What liquor? What liquor was it? What liquor was it?
it was Hennessy, it was like a gal, like a big,
Oh
big
You
liquor.
don't
yeah,
play with nobody's
yeah,
Hennessy.
yeah. On play. Yeah. Which one was it? The Hennessy. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
Good job.
It's
you
going
know,
down.
so I would just either not, I wouldn't mess with him anymore, you know. I just like, okay, don't let him in the house anymore.
Off of Hennessy. That's crazy.
Because it's going to be
Yeah,
so.
you
You got to
start with
watch
something.
him.
Yeah.
This wasn't like a pint or a half pint of Hennessy. This was like a big thing of
That was a hundred
Hennessy.
dollar bottle. It was $100 bottle. Nigga, hell no.
I mean, honestly, it's principles down with it too, Miss Venus. Like, so and to double back on that Gemini, really it shouldn't be a question. If somebody show you that they're a thief and they'll take anything from you, I don't care if it was a penny, I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
it
don't
just
fuck
is
with
what
that
it is.
shit.
I'm not giving you another opportunity to take advantage of me because the next time you could be plotting on something 10 times bigger. So if you show me your character and I take you for exactly who you showed me that you are, and I handle you accordingly. So to me,
And you could and you could put friends in. Like their friends be like, yo nigga, like I got a person. And now you're really fucked.
I mean, like I said, people show you who they are. We just as people be having a hard time believing them. So I watch you and how you treat other people, not just how you deal with me in our friendship, our relationship. I study you from all aspects of you, and eventually, who people try to pretend that they are eventually comes to light.
Part that part.
I like the part that you named Billie Holiday. So I was gonna name Muhammad Ali. That's a person that at a
Sidebar.
time.
Sidebar. Eddie, you got
Right.
these dogs in the cage?
Yeah, they going crazy out there.
All right, say less.
Somebody must be coming down the driveway or something.
I'm trying to look, but I don't see nobody. Go ahead,
Yeah,
80.
Billie
Real quick,
Holiday.
go
Go ahead.
ahead, Eddie.
Go ahead, sir.
What I was gonna say is this, right? I'm gonna touch back on like what Chi said. If you steal a penny from me, I can't trust you, right? I've been in business with everybody in my family, right? Like we done got some real serious paper together, right? The reason why I am respected is because I am such a real nigga. I'm the type of nigga to come up on to you and say, yo, we made $400, but I'm taking 150 of this to the face. You know what I'll tell you? I don't know if that we call that stealing or
That's
whatever the
not
case
stealing.
may be.
That ain't
Can I
stealing.
ask you a
That's
quick
not
question, bro? Can I ask you a quick question, bro?
before my name was Siggy, it was Bugsy Bogart. That was my first name.
Look. Can I ask
So
you a question, bro? Can I ask you a question,
I
bro?
don't I don't re-
If you look, bro. If you know that you created at least $400, and then you brung somebody on, you're gonna give them half, or you're gonna take
Well,
a little bit
I
more.
think you no, I think you missed the moral. Whatever I decide to take, I will be informing you of what was made and what I am taking. And
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
but
I got you. I got you. I got you.
I do a lot of work. I did do a lot of work for the family, and I never charged them really, so they never argue when I go, all right, boom, this is what I'm taking, this is me.
Yeah, I respect
Now,
it. You answered. You answered.
even with the part that I played, I'm not sneak thieving. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sneak thieving, skinning on top. I'm letting you know exactly what it is and exactly what I'm doing. I respect that more than a you catch me, I'm caught type of nigga. I
Mm-mm.
hate that. That is goofy, and I feel like that is also a form of cowardice to me. You understand what I'm saying? And I'll land with that.
Smooth landing.
Nah, thank you, bro. You answered that question respectfully.
Mac, you want to jump out the window? Like you were saying?
No, I'm good. I'm with you. I'm with him on that.
I wanted to add Muhammad Ali because she had named Billie Holiday. Like I said, at the time for his religious and moral beliefs, the world, not you could say America, world, whatever, was against him, and he stood strong on it, even though they wanted to jail him for not standing in the war. So at that time, it almost resembled that. You feel me? Would they get the law involved? However, if we can handle it in house, that's the best way. And there was another one I forgot to say it, but Adam Sandler is who I wanted to point out too. That nigga, he consistently cast all his friends in all his
Movie.
movies to show his loyalty consistently. Like he's one of them type shit. Um,
Yeah, well, you can't say that. You can't say that about Eddie Murphy or Martin Lawrence.
Nah, Adam Sandler is the only nigga in Hollywood that consistently keeps his friends working regardless of what. Them niggas
yeah,
ain't
they
even
don't
no
gotta.
actors. Go ahead. That nigga put out a movie just to make sure that they got a role to keep their reels going. I don't think anybody in Hollywood comes close. I mean, the closest comparison I would say is the Wayans brothers. The Wayans family, they always, you
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm
if it wasn't for
saying?
Eddie Murphy, the Wayans brothers
Yeah,
wouldn't.
but
Yeah, that's
if it
why I said
wasn't
that's the
for,
only
if it
person that
was,
comes
yeah,
close.
you see what I'm
But
saying. If it wasn't for,
they
if it was,
it's not
if it
necessarily
wasn't
movies.
for,
Like they created their own shit from the platform. Adam Sandler like started his career for himself, and then he started, you know what I'm saying, keeping his friends along the line. Wayne's brothers
so
started out.
y'all would not you, but y'all would put he put his friends on Adam over Eddie.
Listen,
Yeah, 'cause you talking about
nobody is
family
taking
though.
yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's talking about what Eddie did. All right.
Yeah, we
Eddie
talking about
paved the
friends. Yeah,
way.
we talking about
We
something different.
know
Yes, he did.
we
Yes, he
Yeah.
we
did.
know that he is him. The conversation and the word that was important that Chi said was consistently. Consistently did it. You feel
Respectfully,
me? And Eddie is the
yeah,
GOAT.
I
Eddie
I
is
appreciate. Yeah,
he's a
you're right. You're right.
trailblazer. He showed niggas how to do this shit. We understand that. But when we talk about consistently keep doing it, keep doing it, keep
Yeah.
doing it, it's some people who I only know from Adam Sandler movies. I'm not
Right.
saying they don't
Exactly.
have a catalog outside
Right.
of that. I'm saying I only know them like the crazy eye nigga, all of them people, like the
Mhm. Not even
characters he
the
brought in
actors.
play. Yeah.
Now I want to honestly say, did they make their own movies?
No, that's the
Apart-
point, Gemini. That's what we
No,
saying.
no,
Like
no. Look. Did
loyalty.
they make the Adam Sandler's friends make their own movies, opposed of Eddie Murphy friends make their own movies?
Well, this is what I can say. I can't say whether they did or they didn't. What I can say is I'm pretty sure they have the information to make their own movies, and that part. You got to also think the people that Eddie Murphy was working with were geniuses. So yes, they went on to make their own movies, and they did go on to do their own shows, TV shows, all of that shit, because they're geniuses. And that's it. And that's another part to play in what Adam Sandler was saying. Like these people are only good at this character, so I'm only using him for this character. It's pretty much in a form of nepotism. I'm only putting you on because you my nigga.
Which is different than Eddie Murphy or the Wayans brothers. The Wayans brothers is a family. They moved as a unit. As the
Yeah,
most, I don't think
yeah.
anybody even
I
comes
would
into
even
that.
I wouldn't even take the Wayne's people like they're different. Like that's
Yeah,
a
they stand in
whole
their own
family.
lane. Yeah, they
Yeah,
stand
that's
in
a
their own
whole
lane.
family.
I think that's why I said I doubled down on what Delanue said as a comparison for loyalty. I think he's probably the closest description in Hollywood when it comes to loyalty because he did it for his friends, not his family. And he also did it when he didn't have to. And he did it with people that no one else would hire just to make sure that his friends had a reel, had a rotation in movies to be able to say that they can develop as actors.
Do you see how what's homeboy to Dave Chappelle? What's that nigga? Ashley Larry.
The
Darnell
comedian?
Rollins.
You
Yeah,
right.
I'm
You
gonna
see
say
how
he's funny though.
you
He
see
was
how
still
you
a
see how,
comedian.
huh?
What about him?
Do you see how he's moving?
I mean, but it's hard to like say that
What's
it
your
was
point?
because of A, B, or C. Yeah, because like a lot of these people that we don't really know as comedians until they blow up in a certain scenario, but they've been hustling and doing their thing on a chitlin circuit. You know what I'm saying? For a very long time before they became a household name. So there's a lot of people that work in that industry. But I understand your point.
Respectfully.
Uh, without Eddie, you have to listen to Damon Wayans' interview on Club Shay Shay. There would be no Wayans family without Eddie Murphy in a lot of ways. He put them on. And Eddie Murphy put almost from the time he came on the scene, he discovered Chris Rock. He worked with every black female actress there is in his time, at the peak of his career, his time. I mean, he's still on the top of his game. And there's so many black people in Hollywood that came through because Eddie Murphy paved the way for them to come through. And he just did a documentary on Netflix called Being Eddie. And he like Red Fox and some of the OGs, as they say, Richard Pryor. A lot of those
Dave
people,
Chappelle.
he Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle, he put all of those people on,
Hmm.
everybody, and he deserves
What
so
what
much.
what 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 what's homeboy with Def Comedy Jam that they shout out all the time?
Who are the
Yeah,
Russells?
Russell.
Russell. Def Comedy Jam is definitely important.
yes, yes,
What do we?
yes.
But they're all important, but let's not lose the context of the thing. The thing was um loyalty, and I threw out Adam Sandler because Adam he's the one that is the model for consistently casting his friends and showing loyalty through to his friends. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. He didn't forget where he came from, is what you're
Respect,
saying, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
respectful.
but
And I was
Hmm.
you got bad boys where there's a connection
Son
There's
said
always a
that.
connection. There's always a connection with these artists, right? But if you put Adam Sandler in front because he did his friends, cool. But he got that.
No, he's not in
He
front. I'm
did.
not saying he's in front through comedy.
He just
I'm
said
not
Okay,
saying.
he
that's what
consistently
I.
helps his
That's what I was
friends.
going.
Like he
Yeah,
just
I'm
said, he
not.
consistently helps his friends.
That's it.
Yeah, but
Didn't put he
now,
didn't put no
now,
extra
now,
sauce on it, bro. He didn't put no extra sauce on it. That everything else is extra sauce.
respectfully,
Okay.
And that would have
who
been a
did
good one.
Family over everything.
who made movies off of that?
Say what?
You can say
That's my
Rob
question.
Schneider. You can say Rob Schneider did. You can say the guy who made Deuce Bigelow did not blow up until Adam Sandler kept giving him like smaller
Movie
roles.
roles. Yeah. The Animal, Rob Schneider, like all of that stuff. Like, yo, like,
Hot chick. Well, there you go.
yeah. Like, and he's not necessarily that funny. He ain't even
He hasn't been able to even stay consistent. He kind of fell off a lot, but
They're
It was the
exactly.
really,
goat. It was the
they're
goat milk.
really, they're really not funny. Without Adam, they're really not funny.
I mean,
No
you just
matter
doubled
what it
down to the
is,
point. Yeah, that was the point. The point was loyalty and consistency. So that was
basically.
it. But I understand.
Basically.
Shoot, let's pay some bills right quick. Let's do some water break, bathroom breaks, all of that. And I'll meet y'all back right here, Mike. This book is dangerous. Not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning. Side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
Introducing PKNY OG, where street culture meets premium quality. Premium hats, bold hoodies, men, women, and the next generation. Wood strong, worn, proud. Crafted with the Wood strong mindset, rooted, resilient, original. This isn't just fashion, it's identity. PKNY OG. Wear the legacy. Tap the link. Join the movement. From the mind of Robert Trouble Johnson, a storyteller from Poughkeepsie, New York, with over 10 novels. But in Poughkeepsie, peace is just a pause before the storm. Raven was an invisible housewife, living a quiet life. Until one night, the truth kicked her door in. Because when survival calls, you don't stay soft, you evolve. The God Lady, where innocent dies and power is born. She was a housewife until the streets gave her a crown.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
Okay,
We good?
come through, narrator. Okay.
We good?
Great, bless.
Next one is your partner demands you to cut off friends to prove your loyalty. Is isolation loyalty or control?
Control. Absolute control.
Ladies first. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolute control. I don't even have to give an example for that. It's absolute control. You shouldn't have to. Any person that you choose to remove from your life should be a conscious decision for yourself. It shouldn't be because of anybody else influenced that behavior. So I land my plane with that real quick and concise.
Respectfully.
I agree with Sister Chichi over there. I have to agree that if a man is or partner is asking you to cut off your friends and family, is definitely about control, not about loyalty. And I land with that.
Oh,
Sonny,
I'm sorry, Venus. I ain't mean no harm.
No, my bad. I'm done. I land my plane.
Sonny, is isolation loyalty or control?
It could be a bit of both. And again, I'm just gonna say that because of whatever situation that you're being placed in. I think it could be both. You
Mm,
know, you could be manipulation, could be isolation, or it can also be loyalty of what if the person's bringing to the table, or what are they bringing out of you. Seeing something maybe you don't see. So I think it could be both. It depends on the situation. And I laugh.
The situation
yeah.
is they want you to cut off your friends to prove your loyalty.
No, but what I'm saying is that what if your friend is putting you in situations where you probably do need to cut them off, and you're allowing it because that's the type of character you know them as, instead of this person beside you saying, hey, no, I'm looking at you and I'm telling you that as you keep with this company, this is what's going to happen. You probably need to hear that or see that from someone else because you've been allowing this. And when it gets extreme, it's not really extreme. It's just something you thought they would do at the time. You feel what I'm saying? So like
Yes.
that's why I said it could be both, because it could be the situation. That's what I meant when I said situation.
Gotcha.
I'm
Fellas,
a I'm a I'm a I'm a I'm a roll right behind what Sonny said. You feel me? Is variables in there that needs to be placed. If you want me or are asking to cut off all of your friends, anybody who brings you joy, misery, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Just anything outside of me, that is controlling, and that is isolation, and that is a form of abuse, right? But if my significant other comes to me and says, yo, every other week that nigga is going to jail, I think you might need to stop fucking with him before you end up in jail. I don't think that's isolation or control. I think that is a foresight of opinion. You understand what I'm saying? That girl that you hang out with is a whore. If you keep hanging out with her, you're going to also be labeled as a whore. For the better of our relationship, I think you should stop hanging out with her because I am going to automatically assume that you are a whore. You understand what I'm telling you? These are different things that are going on and need to be expressed. If it's four convicts on the street and you're hanging with them, police might ride by and think that you are a convict. If you are hanging out with four females that are whores, then I am to assume that you are also a whore. Um, but yes, it does. It is a tricky line because people, use that as a control mechanism, and it gets a bad name on it, and it puts a bad taste in anybody's mouth when somebody comes and goes, hey, you need to stop hanging out with these people, especially with the internet and all of these therapists coming around saying that is a form of abuse. But it can also be a form as a safety net as well. Our relationship reputation is on the line by you hanging out with them, whatever the case may be. Your reputation, whatever the case may be. And I'll land with that.
All right,
gotcha.
so can I just ask a question before anybody else? I
Go ahead.
agree with Siggy and Moon. Um,
Yeah.
to reiterate the question was if your significant other told you, right? Like told you you had to. So that's like not really giving you a choice. That sounds more like an ultimatum. That's why I stood on my response. So it really goes down to the other person should have. So I hear you and I understand what you're saying, and I want to take that advice. Let me be the judge of what I should do. But if you're telling me I have to choose cutting that off or choose you, then that's to me it's still borderline controlling rather than me bringing you to the side. Because even if I do, I've been in situations where I told people that I'm with, and it's like, hey, look, that's not really your friend. I would never force you to make a decision to choose, because ultimately you're going to be mad at me. It's going to come back to backfire me because you made a choice based on my expectations for you. But if I give you free will and I say, hey, not for nothing, you're going to have to learn through your own experiences in life. But I'm telling you that person ain't got your best interest. But I'm not giving you an ultimatum. I'm not saying, yo, you got to choose them over, like, to prove, look, like, I'm gonna double down and stand on what I said. Anybody that enforces you to make a decision that's not your own decision, is not for your best interest, that's a form of controlling. But I do understand and I agree. what both y'all perspectives on the influential aspect of the conversation to let a person have foresight to be able to understand and see something that they may not be able to see. But look, I love y'all, and this is a beautiful conversation, but I gotta go. And invite me anytime to jump in here and let's have these dope ass conversations and start healing nations, and you know what I'm saying? Saying shit that
You
motherfucker
already.
at the heart to say.
Bless.
Y'all have a good one.
Respectfully, respectfully.
Thanks for coming back. Thank you.
Love is love, blessing, success.
Heart
Thank
to
you,
heart.
thank you,
Everybody jump out the
T.
window. Everybody landed.
I'm gonna
Yes.
Thank
say
you, thank
I'm
you,
gonna agree.
T.
I'm gonna agree with basically with what was already said as far as I need to know what is my reason for wanting to compare the loyalty between the 2,
Hmm. Yeah.
or what would be that person's reason.
Is isolation, loyalty, or control?
What is that? What is the reasoning behind it? I think is very important.
Hmm.
Also, I feel like example, we talk about that person that stole that TV out my house. Let's say it wasn't my cousin, but my partner's cousin. You know what I'm saying? Who stole the 70-inch TV at my house. And now I'm already saying I'm not going to beat the person up or whatever. I'm just going to take it as a loss. But now you letting this person who stole the TV back over our crib. Yeah, I can see me now wanting to put that in the middle of to say, well, you got to pick one of us. You know what I'm saying? Because you're inviting this thief over my house. I mean, other than that, like, not to go against Sig, but I'm not. But I would say, like, if it's just their behaviors I don't like or something like that, I think that could be a level of control. I guess if it's just the behavior that's not one that's completely just the rock. Like, if you just hanging, if you was hanging out with a whore when I met you, it's kind of weird to now get mad that she's a whore. She didn't just calm down, Chanel. She didn't just become a whore. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel like it would be a little weird to approach you about your whore friend when I met you the same night and knew she was a whore then. Now I'm mad that you hang out with whores. It's like I knew you I knew you hung out with
Yeah.
whores the whole time. So I can see how it could be an issue, how that could be a little bit example of me seeming like I'm trying to be controlling. I just think that essentially other than that, I just think that a lot of people, and you know what, I'm gonna say this too. Some people like being controlled. And I think
They're called brats.
that's a personal, not just the brat people, because we were talking about that earlier, making fun of that earlier. No offense to anybody, but I would say some people need guidance at a higher level, and I think that's knowing your partner. So I feel like the word control has got such a negative connotation or something against something, or it makes it feel like it's wrong. But maybe that person needs that to be the best version of themselves. That's what to me is more important. Is me taking you away from this person or you taking me away from this person going to make me the best version of myself? Not because you think it's a good thing that's going to make you feel better or it's about your feelings, but it's about the idea like of my growth. Like you said, I don't want you hanging out with a criminal because you know that person drives around with keys in their car, and I don't want you getting arrested with one of those keys in the car or something like that. So I just feel like it's all about the thought pattern on both people, on the reasoning, and the person who's making that comment to the person, whether what's the point behind it. Now I land with that. Right, Chanel?
And I say one thing right quick before we let Venus go and Matt go. I just want to say one thing, right? I'm 40 years old. You
You're not
feel
40
me?
years old.
I'll be 40 in August. I'll be 40 years old this August.
So
Anything,
Here, baby.
as somebody who respects communication and conversation, when I was saying what I was saying, I was talking about a conversation. And just to, because I heard somebody attack me, even though they said it wasn't an attack, right?
a 40-year-old would have knew that wasn't an attack. A 39-year-old
Nah,
might think
when
it is
I
an attack. I can see that.
when I met you, yes, you were hanging out with whores, and you might have even been a whore. I don't judge people by their past, but by their future. You understand? When you're single, you do as single people do, and in a relationship, you move how a person in a relationship moves. You understand what I'm saying? But everything is a conversation. We had it on the show one time before. Compromise, communication, and conversation. So when I say that I'm going to go, I don't only if I demand something is because I've had enough of it. And as the captain of my ship,
I think I'm allowed to do that. But that's a different conversation for a different time. But everything that I do and I say to my partner is a communication and of conversation and things of that nature. I just want to clear that up. I'm not running around here like Hitler and shit like that. And I win. Yo, one
I
more
think,
thing too. I forgot. Hold up. One more thing. One more thing.
yeah,
Dirt's a bitch. Dirt's a bitch.
Mac is isolation, loyalty, or control. Excuse me.
It's isolation, loyalty, or well, growth requires isolation. Let's start there.
Is that what?
Growth requires isolation.
Respectfully.
So like I'm not me personally, I'm not telling you. I'm not gonna tell nobody to do nothing. You know what I mean? You either gonna like only way I'm gonna tell you to do something, like if I'm telling you not to be around your friend or whatever, is if you came to me and said, yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you about your friend. I'm gonna tell you about your friend first. But if you came to me and said, "Yo, listen, every time I'm around this person, la 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 la, I can't, I just can't get my life in order. Make sure I don't go out with this person for a year or whatever. I'm trying to stay out of that whatever messed up scene that's in there. And if you want me to tell you when you doing it, and I'm telling you that, if you came up with the idea, cool. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna do something unless you tell me to do it. But even more so, I wouldn't do it just off my own GP because it's like after a certain age, maturity comes into this, and you have to understand. Like I say, I really do believe elevation requires separation, and sometimes you just got to lock in, and that's just how I feel on that. Like sometimes isolation isn't bad. Sometimes people's families and friends be very bad influences on them. They're the exact opposite of what you need in life. So I can't say that, but I'm gonna land my plane with that.
Respectfully. Um, is isolation, loyalty, or control? Partner demands it. I agree with Dirt and Sig. Where is this demand coming from? What is the behind it? You feel me? Is it just because is it personal or is it in my best interest? You feel me? Because what do you want to be associated with at the end of the day? And how you moving, you feel me? You represent that type shit. And people got their own stereotypes of how they look at stuff. So you want to move as a unit or you want to move as a renegade type shit. Next question is, have you ever shrunk your world for someone?
Yeah, like focus more on their lifestyle or what they got going on or um how they're moving. You may not even go to that birthday party that you usually go every year or go to that Thanksgiving house that you usually go to. You might go ahead and start traveling or doing more with them instead of your original lifestyle if you were single or or with someone else. So I'm gonna say yes. Not land.
I mean, yeah, I've done it before. I've seen, I not even realized. I think it though, like almost kind of like to continue with. So is I think sometimes you don't even realize it. Like you said, we're going up it. You coming to Thanksgiving now? We going to Florida this year. That's how you know what I mean. We having fun in Florida. But I'm not thinking about how I've been going to Thanksgiving for the last 10 years and I haven't missed one. And you know what I mean? But now I'm missing one because we going to this vacation spot. So yeah, I have. I think that to me personally, it can create some level of resentment because you feel like I've done this for you. You might want that back now in the shrink they world for you. Which I did that too. Where I had a girl I was with, and I felt like I had shrank my world for her so fucking heavily, and then she still had all her best friend still coming over every other day and all of that, hanging out with them. And I'm like, damn, when am I going to get the same treatment that I'm giving? So I would say that's the only thing that happened to me. I'm gonna land with that.
All right, I'm gonna say this right quick. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Sometimes it's not always for the worst. You understand? Um, when I first moved down to Kentucky, I was working from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Right? My kids is here. My shorty came to me and she was like, "Yo, you missing everything," type of situation. Right? And then I reflected and realized that I was becoming an absentee in-house father. So I minimized like just being out. You understand? Now I find so much peace and so much joy just being with these 5 people every day. And that's what my life is minimized to. I have friends, I have family members and location and all of that, and I chill with them when I can. But I don't think it is a bad thing, honestly. I haven't been to jail, I haven't been to prison in 10 years by the grace of God. You feel me?
Alhamdulillah.
I don't know the last time that I ran into a place and they was pulling out a bag of coke. Um, I don't know the last time I was hanging around somebody who thought armed robbery was a good idea. So with that being said, I am happy that my life has been minimized, and I stand in that, and I also gloat in its glory by the grace of God, and I will land with that.
Alhamdulillah. V, have you ever shrunk your world for someone?
No, I've never had to do that. Thank God.
Thank God it's crazy.
I think your world automatically changes when you get into a relationship, but I've never had to do that. And I think if it got to that point, I just let it go. If it's not fitting, I don't force it. So if I have to shrink my world or become something I'm not, let me just think. I'm just thinking about different things. Shrink my world. Would I call it that? Hmm.
Get it off your chest. Don't moonwalk.
I'm just trying to think. Is that what I would call it?
I know.
Become something I'm not. I don't like to do that. And I think sometimes when there's domestic violence involved, you I guess in that sense, you can say your world, you shrink in your world for the sake of keeping peace. So if a woman is in that type of situation, it depends on how volatile it is. You have to be very calculating until you can get yourself out of the situation. And I have been in a relationship where there was domestic violence, and I had to be very calculating until I could get out of it. And so in that regard, I shrank my world temporarily for safety until I could get back in my world. So in that regard, yes. But if I have to, I will not be in a relationship to shrink my world. Outside of those type of relationships that I've been in, no, I haven't to shrink my world. And I land my plane with that.
Respectfully, I appreciate you sharing that. Put healing to your situation. Um,
What are you doing
And
over there?
I'm gonna have to say good night, gentlemen,
Good night.
and beloved sister Moon over there. Peace and love to y'all. I'm be listen to you guys as I'm doing my beauty treatment. I was gonna say booty treatment, but I meant beauty treatment. I'll be listening to you guys as I'm brushing my teeth and everything. So you all have a good night.
Respectfully, man. Best of success. Thank you for flying out with us.
Great
Love you
Thank
all.
you.
night.
Thank you.
Love you all. Peace and love.
Where was I at? Oh, have you ever shrunk your world? Everybody answered. Everybody landed right. Um, y'all want to do two more or one more? How y'all feeling? Two more, one more. How y'all feeling? Y'all good?
I'm chilling.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Oh,
Uh, um, loyalty versus self-respect. Moment in public. Do you defend someone publicly? Oh no, we did that one. Okay, there's a good one. Friend disrespects your partner. Who gets loyalty first? Friend or partner?
Friend disrespects your partner.
Who gets loyalty first?
Is it disrespect? What is the disrespect? Is it because disrespect is kind of not subjective, but it is at the same time? Is it something I also agree with as disrespect, or is it just my partner who sees it as disrespect?
That's interesting, but let's go with something that you view as disrespect.
If I feel it's disrespect, then I'm going to be the one that I'm going to address it. I'm going to want to address it because I see it as disrespect.
Address your friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, depending, and then if your partner sees it as disrespect, how you see it? Who you addressing?
I would say that's the difference right there as far as the thought behind it.
Is he solo, y'all? Who you addressing?
More than likely, if it's my more than both of them know me, so both of them know what I'm dealing with as far as disrespect. If I'm even having a person around my significant other, they know me. They
Yeah,
know what I and if they are disrespecting my partner, it's because my partner probably disrespected me, and I didn't catch it. But that's pretty much the nature of the beast. Like I don't have people around me that don't know me. Like I'm a very simple person with that.
Respectfully, so from both angles, you're addressing your partner. You would say?
More than likely, yeah, because my friend ain't gonna say nothing that that don't deserve. They'll keep it to themselves.
Mm-hmm. Sonny.
I'm a grab from both Dirt and from Mac. Definitely if I believe it was, you know, not good, then I gotta sort you the way I have to get you to understand that that can't be happening anymore. So the loyalty would go to my friend in that moment. Island.
Okay. Who gets the loyalty first? And the friend disrespecting the partner? Oh man, I'm fucking this cookie up. Um, I have to circle back on that one. The next one though is, have you ever had to choose sides?
I think definitely, yeah. I mean, from a friendship or in life in general, relationship, what?
Um, we going off of the friend disrespecting your partner.
I mean, yes, I have. I did, but that's why I asked: is it something that we both find disrespectful for the person, because that makes the choice of your partner easier.
Hmm.
If I can agree with what you feel is wrong. Now, if you're the only person who feels it wrong, that'll make it harder on me to make that choice. The way you probably would want me to.
Yeah, I kind of can't answer that. I've never been in that situation.
But
Yeah,
As
I
a
must
man
say I
from the front,
have.
have you ever had to
Definitely
choose
have.
sides?
Yeah, I have. I mean, everybody can't be right. That's how I see it in this situation. You gotta pick a side. You gotta do what's gonna keep your sanity in that time straight. And that's most of the time when people do change up is in that time moment. If I release this person, I don't have to worry about that in the future.
Hmm.
Alan.
Last one, man. Loyalty tested when no one is watching. Is loyalty only real in private? Ladies first.
I mean, of course, you gotta be loyal both ways. Whether I'm there or I'm not, I need, your tone and your march of the band to be the same. You know, being silent about it all the time, it doesn't give. Especially when I need you to be loud in a moment and you're still being silent is crazy. So, win with that scary shit. If you with it, you with it. Say that shit with your chest. Let's move forward.
Respectfully.
Milan.
Like that. Smooth touch. Is loyalty only real in private, gentlemen?
I would say whether you quiet or private doesn't mean I'm not loyal. Because I could be standing right there, maybe not saying nothing, but as soon as somebody starts swinging, I'm ready to do the damage. Some people are less talkers than others. You know what I'm saying? Some people are not as verbally open. So it's all about, like I said, just my actions behind that. What am I going to do? And how am I going to handle that? Am I going to let you be in a situation by yourself, or am I going to, be of value for you? So I just think that, yeah, to me, it's more about the action. Loyalty is about action, less about words. So I can see how it could be a quiet loyalty.
Midak.
Um,
Loyalty only real in private.
nah, loyalty is not something that's a loyalty is an action thing. It's all so like he said. I definitely agree with what Dirk said. It's an action thing. So like every time, everything doesn't deserve a response at that moment, and that not having a response might be loyalty at the moment. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I can't sit here and say loud or quiet. I just want you to be loyal. Period. It doesn't matter what you know what I mean. Like yeah, like I say, if your actions show that you loyal, then that's that. I'm cool with that. Action or inaction might show that you loyal. So I can't. I believe Loyalty, just be loyal, period. You don't gotta be all loud with it. I land on that.
Is loyalty real in private? Nah, it's not real in private. It's real once it's done. It's real if it's real, really coming from the heart. You dig? It's genuine, authentic. It's got to be something that, you feel me, goes without saying. You dig? You do it. This is what you. This is like I said in the previous quote. It's something that becomes you. It's just something. It's something that you, this no. It's not something that you become. It's something that is just who you are. I was already gonna do this. I did that. I mean, it's nothing that I had to do in private to show you, to make sure that, to let you know that the integrity is there. Son, that's all. Like, you feel me? Next question is, well, next and last question is, who are you when nobody sees your choice?
I mean, who? Our true choice would it be?
Your choice.
It
Who are
has
you?
to. I would say it has to be a choice. If there's nobody around to even make a judgment towards you, then that means definitely you're being your most probably authentic self. You know, I'm lazy to a big extent. When nobody's dead, I'm probably my laziest. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's a good one.
So I would say, yeah, I think that the person you are when nobody's around and nobody's there to judge you is definitely probably going to be your most authentic self, because you don't have to worry about that level of judgment that can create a fear to make you want to do something that you might not. Let me get up and walk around because I don't want to seem lazy. You know, I don't want nobody to think I'm lazy. But other than that, I just be laying here the whole time. So I think, yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Mac, who are you when nobody sees your choice?
Oh,
Sonny,
same. My fault.
go ahead.
Same person I am in your face. That's one thing I pride myself on. Being the same person I was yesterday. Growing intentionally. Like, you gonna know, if you know me, you know my growth, and you gonna be there every step of it. It's not like I'm hiding something. Like, everybody know. That's why I come on here and I say truck driver extraordinaire, soon to be engineer. You know what I'm doing. You don't have I'm not sitting here saying, hey, I'm a I'm a I'm a I'm lurking to be a kickboxer on the low. No, this is exactly what I'm doing. I pride myself on being who I say I am. I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Sunny Moon, who are
I'm
you
gonna
when
say,
nobody sees your choice?
uh, I like more or less patience. When I'm by myself, I want things to be like, I think I have less patience when I'm by myself. When it's like people around me or someone else there, I take, more of a time or understanding. But if I'm by myself, like I want shit to hurry up, no matter what it is. Talking on, trying to connect to something, whatever. Like, I think I have less patience.
Mm,
I land.
interesting. Well, I'm glad you had the patience for us tonight, man. I appreciate every which and one of y'all. My flight attendants flying out with me. You feel me? We're gonna get to this last patron and patronize. I want y'all to catch this show, make some noise on my guys' YouTube. I'm so Tyrell. 8 episodes. Tap in.
This is BK. Mike Payne. Carly. 34 and a half. Hot boy Shay. Terrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Mo, Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. That's the word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass.
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that, you feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field. You be surprised what type of men I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think you kind of see her go from a stable person to just kind of really wanting to hold on to a relationship that probably does need to end.
Excuse me? It's been a few days with who? Who you been working with? And who are you about to compare me to?
I'm just tired.
No.
Need to get some rest.
No, let's talk about it. Who are you about to compare me to?
Nobody.
That is I'm So Tyrell. Show's called Make Some Noise. Go check him out at I'm So Tyrell. I'm So Tyrell at YouTube. I want to appreciate all my flight attendants flying out with me. You already know, much respect to the next one. Wednesday, we got HSA. Tap in at 8. You know that. Thursday, we back here on Land Your Plane. And then back see you Friday, HSA, man. Definitely tap in. But let's land this thing safely, man. Loyalty sounds powerful until it starts costing you integrity. Because real loyalty isn't blind. Only me. It sees clearly. It still chooses wisely. If you got to shrink your morals, silence your voice, or ignore your truth just to prove you're loyal, then you're not being loyal to them. You're being disloyal to yourself. And that's the part nobody talks about. Loyalty should never feel like losing who you are just to keep someone else comfortable. So as you leave this conversation, ask yourself honestly, who am I being loyal to? And what version of me does it require? And whatever that is, make sure you land your plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.